beats on the track, boy.
Let's go. You are now tuned in to the News You Can Use podcast.
Beats on the track, boy.
Wow.
Popping all that bullshit.
Just
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Handle chaos with composure, because everything.
This no jumper employee came to work super high and tried to fight Adam 22 a day after being officially hired. Adam 22 has this habit where he finds random gangbangers, often smokers, where he sees something in them that nobody else sees, and he tries to make them famous. He tries to make them superstars and change their lives. Sometimes it works out really, really, really well, a la Crit Mac, and other times it don't work out so well, a la this recent employee. When he started coming around, I told Adam this dude was no good. I told Adam that this would backfire badly. And I knew this because before his no jumper interview, he DM'd me out the blue, cussing me out, threatening to harm me, threatening to kill me for no reason. I just blocked him because I'm not giving no cloud chaser attention. I just blocked him. But when he came and did his no jumper interview, it became perfectly clear why he did that. Because during his interview, he was calling out random people he don't know. He was claiming that he had intercourse with SZA, even though SZA grew up in New Jersey and he grew up in California. He was dissing, claiming he do piss on mass celebrities in prison. So when I seen he did it before the interview, he was hoping that he would get some type of response back that he could then take and bring to the interview to get a moment and go viral, and I just never gave it to him. So once I've seen the levels that this dude was willing to go for some type of fame, I just knew this was not a person you want to get in business with. I predicted a lot of demises for these miscellaneous characters in a No Jumper universe before, but this, by far, was one of the quickest rise and falls I've ever seen. Because very quickly, Adam began to realize this dude was becoming more of a headache than anything, right? Because even though No Jumper was all he had, even though No Jumper was the only platform he went on and got some type of views, interviews was dwindling very fast. Like the first interview did like 60,000 views, not great to say the least. The second interview did 20,000 views. So obviously this dude had no draw whatsoever, but he began to ask for money to appear on No Jumper. You would think that the platform that's keeping you alive, the platform that you need more than they need you, you would want to do that platform for free whenever they want you. But he began to ask for money, even though he was bringing or offering nothing to No Jumper. But Adam seen something in this dude, so Adam said, okay, I'll pay you $200 per appearance. Even though his peers, like 4Extra, they're making thousands of dollars per appearance, this Buster accepted $200, and he was happy with that amount. And Adam was even thinking about having him on as a new co-host or a regular on the No Jumper podcast. And last I out of clear that this dude sucked as a podcaster.
Vote donation. This dude King Pill sucks. The worst pod in a while. No, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I feel like we've had this argument in the No Jumper group chat, King Pill, where Flacco's basically saying that you're the spawn of Satan and that you are gonna fall off and you're no good and yada yada. And then like we're all kind of saying like,
We all defend you.
right now, I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of out. And I don't know like what happened or whatever.
Man, because I'm just feeling like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. All these new topics and shit, started to have blowing up and shit. The shit boring. The shit coming down. Niggas fading in Los Angeles.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
No niggas fading in Los Angeles. Shit, the week shit can turn down.
Little did he know that was the moment that Adam was done with. Like, wasn't gonna hire him regardless of what took place afterwards. That moment right there, where you essentially admitted that if it's not gangbanging or talking about degeneracy, you have nothing to add. Ain't that crazy to y'all? A grown man admitting that his mind don't function beyond gangbanging, fights, and degeneracy? They're like, hey, King Pill, what do you think about the Epstein files not being released? Gangbanging, killing, ops. Hey, King Pill, what do you think about classical economics? Gangbanging, killing, shooting, fighting, ops. Just straight caveman activities, bruh. It's nonsense. Now, I'll be real, this was the moment where Adam said, you never coming back here, man. And his career would have been better off if it would have stopped here and he would have just been kicked off. He would have had a better night than what actually took place. This numbskull was already being looked at a little crazy when he wasn't contributing nothing to the conversation. He was looking down the whole time, looking up, looking a little high out of his mind, to be honest. But then he began to look really crazy when it was brought up his past transgressions. So King Pill has done multiple interviews dissing the trades, multiple songs dissing the trades. He has publicly stated that he has killed multiple trades. He has gone to the extent of ultimate disrespect when it comes to the trades. Now it's unclear if he knew this beforehand, but when he was asked to come and do the No Jumper show, he was being asked to come and sit down and do a podcast with an 8-Trey Gangsta Crip in Young and Hefe.
Yeah,
Because
Flacco
Young and
definitely.
Hefe at the moment is a recurring host on a No Jumper show. He was oddly on his best behavior, super quiet, I think not trying to really say anything to ruffle or to have a confrontation with Young and Hefe. But the inevitable ultimately happened when Adam outed King Pill by asking King Pill why he removed all the disses from out of his recent track. And one of those disses being a diss towards Young and Hefe's hood.
Yo, I got a question. As long as King Pill, I feel like he's like primarily interested in talking if we're going to be talking about him. So let's talk about this. You took the disses out of the Slide remix. Let's talk about it. And Hefe, I don't even want to tell you one of the disses that was in the original Slide first.
They ain't going that one.
Pill is visibly uncomfortable. He's like, bro, I didn't want to talk about this, right? So then Adam alerts and Hefe, hey, bro, I don't even want to tell you one of the disses. So letting it happen, go, hey, bro, this man was dissing your hood in that video that's still on YouTube. So then King Pill follows up by trying to clarify it up by claiming that he wasn't dissing Ant's hood, he was actually dissing somebody locally from his stuff, which is all excuses, bro. Because if you say that word, it applies to all trades. If you say the derogatory term for Bloods that start with S, it applies to all Bloods. If you say the derogatory term for Crip that starts with C, it applies to all Crips. You can't pick and choose who that this applies to.
Yeah.
Well, you know he was gonna do it. I know he was gonna do it.
Well, you took him out.
Yeah.
No, multiple
yeah,
systems.
yeah.
It wasn't just that one.
I know. And his version of that word means something else.
Yeah, a lot of my that I was talking about was in my local community. You feel me? But yeah, but I took it out to reach a wider audience. You feel me? This so much is a play and be feel like they don't need to skip me. You feel me?
And have they begin to look at these two like they done lost their mind, bro. He's looking at them like, hold on, are y'all talking about this man dissing my hood or about set in front of me? Nah, that's not what's about to happen.
Then he got his face.
Even though King Pill already copped a plea, already tried to say, oh no, bro.
Look how he looking at Adam.
Y'all set, bro. Even though
Ha,
you're dissing all
Look how that
he's still
nigga
trying to
looking
cop
at
it.
Adam.
But NFA wasn't going for it, and NFA actually checked the temperature right then and there.
But to my audience, you feel me? So though, we ain't gonna let that nigga on. I'm from 83rd Street, bro. Like, and that is the set, you feel me? Like, I know where he's from on the set, and I don't play into the little fake politics. He ain't dissing a trade. I'm set. Period. I'm not born no disrespect from no. I ain't never born no disrespect from no. Period. Who said somebody disrespected you? But still, the topic coming up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking to this man, bro. I'm talking to him with the topic lingering, bro.
That I'm disrespecting you?
Bro, do you not hear what I'm saying? No. You said you from a community, and you said where it was aimed at,
But it ain't your said though.
and that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Okay, so we saying the same. So we saying the same.
For sure, yeah.
For sure.
Clarify on though.
Clarify.
We on explosives, nigga, to me, dropping babies and shit, contents and all this.
The funniest part about this is him trying to avoid eye contact with NFA. As drills him down. He said, what we on?
Oh,
And he acted like he ain't hear it, he ain't make eye contact. Now, I'm not no game maker, so I can't speak on who got marked out, who looked like a punk. But when you hear game makers speak about this, I spoke to a lot of game makers behind the scenes, a lot. I even heard Wack 100 give his opinion. And most game makers that I hear talk about this is saying that he got marked out, that he got pumped, he got sunned, and the entire comment section was saying he got pumped, he got sunned, he got pumped, he got sunned. And then after this moment, his phone began to like blow up, texts, calls, like he had like sound notifications. So like he was being notified pretty swiftly that interaction he had with NFA looked really poorly on him, but he was too scared to do anything in a moment to NFA. So he just kind of ignored it and stayed quiet the entire podcast. This happened around like the 50-minute mark of the podcast. The podcast went on for another 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours and 50 minutes, and he stayed quiet the entire time. But after the podcast, he decided he was gonna take his anger out, not on NFA, but he was gonna take his anger out on Adam.
We finish up stuff here, go out there. As I walk out there, I see that NFA is already kind of dipping, and that Munchie's like damn near out the door, and the Pomona boys and King Pill are the only ones left, right? No big deal. I'm like, okay, cool. They got out smoothly. That's good. I go, hungry as hell, start heating up my meal in the microwave. As I'm heating up the meal in the microwave, King Pill comes over to me, and he says, yo, what's up with the money for that episode? Because I had actually told King Pill, I was like, listen, like, I want to try you out consistently on the Tuesday show. He said, all right, but bro, I'm broke, so I need money. Like, you know, are you going to be able to pay me? I said, okay, cool. We'll be able to give you a little bit of money for appearing on here or whatever. King Pill starts coming over to me, talking to me about this $200 or whatever the fuck it was. He's saying, yo, like, can you send me that money right now? I said, yeah, you know the group chat that I put you on with Josh? Just text that, and Josh will send it to you by the end of the night. He goes, by the end of the night? He's like, I'm trying to get paid right now. I need that money to get home. And I'm like, you realize that like a lot of people who work here, you know, you get paid like every 2 weeks, every month, whatever, at the end of the week, etc. I'm like, it's not. Like, why are you acting like it's just like the most obvious thing in the world that you're supposed to be getting paid instantly as soon as you finish the podcast? Like, you gotta chill. Like, the idea is that you're supposed to be on here consistently, you know, and it's like, why are you putting pressure on me to pay you instantly as soon as, it just like struck me as a very weird thing. But his energy is weird. He's walking towards me. He's like really like kind of getting close to me and stuff. Pull up the No Jumper Instagram.
Adam is my guy, man. That's my brother, man. But hiring an alleged smoker and being surprised an alleged smoker did some smoker activities, it's only us, man. This has to be peak No Jumper time. The alleged smoker behaved like a smoker and we shot. Yo, he was telling Adam he needed the 200 to get home. First off, man, he came with mad homies. He didn't need that 200 to get home, man. Cut it out, bruh. We know what he needed it for. We know what he was about to do with that
That
200.
nigga Flacco crazy.
God forbid the heathen activities at the party he was about to have for that $200, man. His homies probably ain't all. In fact, I'm not even gonna go for the homies, bro, because the homies actually acted like they got sense. I'll be real. I think his homies are actually people who are decent individuals. His homies are actually people who got something going on because they behave like they got something going on. But there's goofers, there's busters, there's weirdos who pulled this off for $200.
Yo, what's going on, Mike, Kevin? What's going on, man? If y'all need shout outs, tap in for the shout outs.
Over something as
Just sitting here watching No Jumper chilling.
A smoker will be homeless. Give them shelter. They know their shelter is predicated on them not acting up a fool and stealing from the place. And as soon as you go to work, their first day not homeless, they will ruin everything by stealing your furniture, stealing your items to get that $200 to get a crap, you know what. So this is smoker activities. I'm not shocked. Now, we got the footage. And the footage, you can clearly see this man is feeding for that 200. This don't look like a fiend to get home. This looks like a fiend for we know what.
But we're gonna be able to see the body.
I mean, you can see from that first bit. Look at the body language in the first bit.
Yeah. Okay. So let's press play. Yeah. Obviously. So you see me to the left, and that's King Phil wearing the army fatigues. We love a man in uniform. Yeah. So he's kind of pressing me right now. He's saying like, you know what? Can you send it right now? I said, Josh can send it. He goes, can you make him send it right now? I'm like, if you want, you can call him. He goes, why can't you call him? He's like, it's your business, you can call him. He's like pressing me about like the dumbest shit possible right now. And those are all his boys.
Dude, see how story you tried to reach out and like grab his hand and tell him to chill too, really subtly?
Yeah. And so, okay, I'm like grabbing my food out of the microwave right now, slightly off camera. And you'll see that I start to walk kind of across the office. You're gonna see this in just 1 second. He's still talking to me in a rather aggressive way at this point. It's like slowly ratcheting up. And this is me walking away and being like, bro, you need to chill. Like, Josh will get it to you, whatever. Okay, go to the next one. And like you can see, he's kind of like in my face now, right? Look at the way he's walking towards me. Look at the body language. Look how he's like. And then look, he just bumped into me, and then I kind of like push him away. And then his boys jump in here. They're pulling him away. They're separating him. So what's he do? He pulls out his phone. Typical internet thug. Pulls out his phone. Starts filming. I'm sure he's going to drop this footage at some point. He starts calling me the F slur. Starts acting like I'm a bitch. The reason why I'm in the cubicle now is because I was looking for a lighter, and I was actually grabbing one off Mikey's desk. So I'm trying to light a split right now, and King Phil trying to film a skit. He's trying to act like real angry. He's mad. But his boys are the ones standing in between him. Now look what he does here. He knocks the balls off, and he's still talking shit on the way out. And his boys go, shout out to his boys, honestly. The rest of the dudes from Pomona, we got to give it to them. That they immediately shut the situation down, because you gotta understand, the 22ster keep that fire on him. So when King Phil is doing all this, I'm starting to do the math. in my head. And I start thinking, okay, so what's the line that needs to be crossed here in order for the 22-ster to blick on cut? Now, in my head, what I established almost immediately was like, if he punches me, I'm pulling out and I'm gonna start shooting at him.
Adam, that's premeditation, man, and I don't feel like a swing is enough. Right? If you were to be in danger or fear for your life, it would have to extend past that, right? It would have to be they are pursuing you. They swung once and they swing again and they swing again and they swing again, and they are pursuing you, and you are a helpless victim who can't defend yourself. So then you pop, 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 because you fear for your life, okay? But you don't really want to say this because now it's on record, you know, that this is your go-to. See, me particularly, bro, these big bad gangbangers, they be threatening me and putting me in fear of my life. I just pray that they don't ever do nothing to me, okay? I pray they don't do nothing to me, okay? I would hate to be in the situation where I have to defend my life, okay? And leave it at that. All right, and if they think they big and bad,
Don, what's going on?
Play and try to harm you and see how well that goes. Okay, but you know this has to be like the most anticlimactic ending to somebody's storyline at No Jumper. Yo, Adam has so many plans for this dude. Adam was planning to do vlogs with this dude, make this dude a podcaster, start a No Jumper record label and sign him. Adam had a lot of things lined up for this dude, man, and he just ruined it like this. Over $200, man. Over $200, man, because he was starved. Now, come to find out, he actually moved from wherever he stays, which is affordable. I believe Atlanta, Georgia, which is like down south. He moved from there to come to LA to apparently cozy up to No Jumper to chase his dream, while accepting a $200 per appearance fee. So this dude planned on surviving in California off $200 per appearance. At most, he would have probably done 2 appearances per week. That's $400. So this man planned on surviving in California for $1,600 a month. Nah, this is crazy, man.
Hold on.
Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe, man, that this dude, King Pill, he did too much, he overreacted, or do y'all believe his reaction was on par? I'll be real, I don't even think he reacted over that $200. I feel like he was still salty. He was still very salty about what took place during the pod and people calling him a punk. That's what I think happened, okay? But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here to find out how this employee just sued No Jumper after a heated podcast before everywhere. I'm sure you guys linked to this somewhere on my screen. Out of here, folks. Peace.
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself if what you're doing in your life right now is working. If you have peace, if you have good relationships with loved ones, or if you have healthy boundaries, if you're able to put your head on the pillow at night and just fall asleep, if you've got control of your marriage or your parenting, if what you're doing is working, then maybe you don't need therapy. But for most of the people I talk to, they don't know what the next right move is. So I would say go sit down with somebody, a neutral third party, and just say, you know, that also benefited my daughter, it benefited my son, it benefited my wife, it benefited my workplace. But a healthy you has a ripple effect through countless other hurting families and hurting communities and hurting workplaces. And so I think a healthy you is the foundation of a healthy us.
Wake up.
Thank you.
Great.
Don Skrilla. Bless the chat, man. Shout out to everybody watching.
Against Diddy's multiplied like a bump on the corner.
Diddy?
Against Diddy's multiplied like a bump on the corner of his lip. The public began scrutinizing the true nature of Meek and Diddy's relationship with fresh eyes. And as social media sleuths dug deeper, it became clear that the clues had been hiding in plain sight all along.
Hey, what's up, son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You put in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
So today, we're taking a closer look into the bizarre and sus relationship between Meek Mill and Diddy to determine if they were truly just industry friends and mentor-mentee as they claimed, or perhaps if something more intimate was happening behind closed doors, sometimes, seemingly, even in front of the camera.
The singer Cassandra Ventura, known as Cassie, today filing suit against ex-boyfriend Sean Combs.
P. Diddy accused of assault by the producer, Lil Rod. What are the big four names?
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged intercourse with rapper 5, that's redacted. He's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Yo, Meek, we were playing around with that Michael Rubin shit. If you don't get a Twitter rant saying you about to get Lil Rod killed, you about to shoot up his block, blow his mama's house up, this is saying that you and Diddy were fornicating. What the? Like, I can't even imagine such debauchery and such happening to a gangster rapper like me.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy.
You put in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
When you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy Bar. It was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
I don't know, Queen. You don't know nothing about undercover. I don't know.
Okay. Because I do.
You see, Sean Diddy the Diddler Combs has long positioned himself as hip-hop's ultimate gatekeeper, the kingpin who could make or break careers with a single cosign. So for young artists, getting Diddy's attention was a golden ticket to exclusive circles, tight circles, industry connections, and the kind of mentorship that no streaming revenue could buy. And for a street rapper like Meek Mill, fresh out of prison on weapons and drug charges, Diddy may have represented a bridge between the block and the boardroom. He was looking for someone to come on board and have his back, but not in the prison sense. The timing of their connection couldn't have been more perfect for Meek. For one, he was still relatively unknown outside of Philadelphia's underground scene, having spent years grinding through mixtapes and dealing with legal troubles that could have ended his career before it truly began. His 2008 arrest on drug and gun charges had resulted in a probation sentence that would haunt him for nearly a decade, making industry connections even more crucial for legitimizing his transition from the streets to mainstream success. The two most likely crossed paths after Meek inked his deal with Rick Ross's Maybach music group in 2011. Since Diddy and Rose had been running in the same circles, this connection put Meek within the splash distance of hip-hop's billion-dollar boss. What made this relationship particularly significant was the cultural cachet that it represented. Diddy wasn't just a successful businessman, he was a symbol of black excellence in an industry that had historically exploited its artists. So for Meek, who had watched young men in the hood like himself fall victim to the streets, he narrowly escaped that fate himself. Aligning with Diddy represented the ultimate validation that he had truly made it out of the trenches. And as Meek stopped Rose with Maybach Music Group, Diddy's interest in the rising star began to grow, an interest that got thicker and hardened as time went on. Likewise, Meek, still with the streets in his blood, but the boardroom in his sights, likely began looking at Diddy with puppy eyes like the OG who could teach him how to turn street fame into generational wealth. And they would soon start popping up together at industry events like the Live Beach Party in 2013 and the Time Warner Cable Studio After Party in February 2014. These early public appearances established a pattern that would define their relationship for years to come. Unlike typical industry networking, where artists might take a quick photo and move on, on, Meek and Diddy seemed to genuinely enjoy each other's company. Then in 2015, Meek would level up big time, landing one of the biggest female rap and pop stars ever, Nicki Minaj, as both his collaborator and his girlfriend. The same year that power couple started dating, that's Meek and Nicki, he would also release his sophomore album, Dreams Worth More Than Money, which would land him his first #1 album, as well as winning top rap album at the 2016 Billboard Music Awards. During this period, Meek continued to build his relationship with Diddy professionally, maintaining his industry connections while his career was on the rise, getting harder by the day. And while Meek and Nicki were building an image of one of music's favourite power couples, Diddy kept himself in their orbit, like a proud husband sitting in the hotel cup chair, and co-signing their movements like a proud uncle at graduation. Meek and Diddy also had hit the studio together for the track Cold Hearted off Meek's new chart-topping album, putting their mentor-mentee relationship on wax for the whole world to hear, with Meek shouting out Diddy together with the other big dogs of the rap game, Jay-Z and Baby aka Birdman. But then, in January 2017, Meek and Nicki would officially call it quits, causing one of the first major L's for the Philly rapper in the public eye. However, on the rebound, Meek's connection with Diddy only got stronger, harder, like he traded one powerful relationship for another. Diddy was helping Meek get over his heartbreak, and the two were popping up everywhere together, popping bottles in VIP, hanging out in pools, and popping out at events. To the public eye, they were just two hustlers who had beaten the odds, one from the crack era and one from the trap era, both supporting each other.
It's your birthday.
But what the public didn't fully understand at the time was how unusual this level of closeness was in the hip-hop and street cultures. While mentorship relationships are common, the industry typically maintains certain boundaries between established moguls and rising artists. And the fact that Diddy and Meek were spending so much personal time together and appearing at each other's private events so often suggested a bond that transcended typical business relationships. On paper, it was the perfect alliance. However, in April 2019, we would see the first piece of evidence that their bond might have been something that the streets was not ready to hear about. At Coachella that year, Meek and Diddy rolled up looking like they shared a stylist, with matching fits and all. A move that seemed harmless at the time, but would later be labelled Exhibit A in the zesty courts of public opinion. The picture of their matching outfits quickly made its way online and started circulating across social media. At the time, it sparked some jokes, a few side-eyes, but nothing career-threatening. Just two rich dudes with the same stylist who couldn't keep their hands off each other, right? But the thing is, this wasn't just a one-off situation. And a month later, in May 2019, footage emerged from what seemed like a casual hangout at one of Diddy's properties. The video showed Meek taking a little dip in Diddy's pool, and the clip itself seemed innocent enough until Diddy spoke.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Diddy's word choice for Meek struck many viewers as unusual for a standard mentor-mentee relationship, or for a standard male friendship for that matter. But just like the matching fits in the photo, this footage made the rounds in the blogs, raising some eyebrows and causing relentless clowning. But it eventually disappeared into that internet graveyard where most celebrity content goes to die. But what no one knew at the time was that these seemingly innocent interactions would later come out in a much darker light. By the time the 2020s rolled around, Diddy was sitting on his throne, dripping dough and baby oil, playing the kingmaker in the rap industry. The bad boy mogul's parties were as legendary as ever, and if you got that invite, you truly made it to the top. And there was a lot of talk. But while the mainstream media was busy gassing up Diddy's billion-dollar empire, platforms made up of the most dedicated internet sleuths like Lipstick Alley and Reddit were operating as a rumor mill, pumping out gossip that wouldn't see the light of day on Billboard until years later. These digital underground networks had been tracking patterns in celebrity behavior long before mainstream media had caught on. Users would compile photo evidence, analyze social media interactions, and connect the dots that traditional journalism either missed or chose to ignore. The speculation about Diddy's sexuality had been circulating in these spaces for years, with users pointing to everything from his party guest lists to his business relationships as potential evidence. Folks on these platforms would try to connect the dots and cook up theories about Meek and Diddy's suspect relationship. The speculation ranged from subtle hints about their sexuality to theories that Meek and Diddy were genuinely lovers in a full-blown relationship. But it wasn't just anonymous keyboard warriors running up the rumor mill. In 2022, Nicki Minaj, who had spent 3 years booed up with Meek Mill from 2015 to 2017 before sending him packing, hopped on Instagram Live with Soulja Boy, suggesting that she knew rappers in the industry were hiding their true sexualities.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Okay. Because I do.
Now, at the time, nobody knew who she was talking about, but later, people speculated that she might well have been talking about Diddy and Meek all along. People just figured that Nicki was doing what Nicki does best, stirring the pot and keeping her name popping. While all this chatter was bubbling in the digital streets, though, Meek was doing business as usual with Diddy. The man was still publicly stepping out with Puffy, appearing at his events and letting him play big homie in his career, and perhaps letting him play elsewhere. If he was aware of the rumours, he showed no signs of concern. Whether this was him being oblivious to the whispers or simply betting that they would never reach the mainstream is impossible to know. But what is clear is that he made a choice to maintain his close association with Diddy that, looking back at now, might have been the biggest career L he could have possibly taken. But Meek wouldn't realise just how costly this mistake would be until February 2024, when the Diddler's allegations finally came to light. The countdown to catastrophe began in 2024 when security footage hit the internet showing Diddy assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway back in 2016. Visual confirmation of the allegations that she had made in a lawsuit filed earlier. After Cassie's lawsuit, the floodgates were blown wide as a cheap twins back doors. To put things into perspective, Cassie's lawsuit didn't just open legal doors, it fundamentally shifted the cultural conversation around Diddy. For decades, he had maintained an image as a successful businessman and cultural icon, with any negative stories getting buried or dismissed as just industry gossip. But the specific detailed nature of Cassie's allegations, combined with the shocking video evidence, created a perfect storm that made previously unthinkable accusations suddenly seem credible. It provided a template for other victims to come forward, creating a cascade effect that would ultimately overwhelm Diddy's ability to control the narrative. By the end of 2023, 3 more lawsuits had crashed down on Diddy's empire, and each packed with allegations that made jaws drop, and not in the good way. As 2024 kicked off, lawsuits against Diddy started piling up like bodies. Either kind of bodies. Multiple accusers would come forward with allegations ranging from assault to trafficking and racketeering. The man who claimed "Can't nobody hold me down" had allegedly been holding several men and women down and was now drowning in legal paperwork. And this situation would be hard to get a handle on, like a leaky bottle of baby oil. But outside of Cassie's lawsuit, there would be another that garnered a lot of attention from the public. That's when Diddy's former producer, Lil Rod, real name Rodney Jones, who'd spent over a year in the mogul's tight circle producing tracks for his latest album, went fully nuclear, filing a 73-page lawsuit that overshadowed all of the previous allegations. The suit detailed disturbing behavior, including allegations of drugging drinks, coordinating recordings, encounters without consent, and running what amounted to a criminal enterprise disguised as a music empire. During these late-night recording sessions, Diddy and Lil Rod had allegedly created some absolutely disgusting recordings, and that's just the music they made together. But while the main text discussed activities allegedly coordinated by Diddy, it also had a footnote buried on page 13 that would set social media on fire. A footnote described a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj allegedly having sexual relations with Diddy. There was no direct name, no explicit accusation, but it really didn't take much for the internet to connect the dots and figure the description might well have been a flashing neon sign pointing at Meek Mill. Within hours, old trails of Meek and Diddy's bromance would surface online. That daddy comment in the pool, those matching outfits, the constant appearances together, but this time it wouldn't be seen as two friends being overly close. It was now seen through a different and greasy lens. With people joking about Diddy being the dominant in their alleged relationship, even Nicki's 2020 comment about undercover brothers in the industry resurfaced and went viral again, with fans claiming she'd been trying to warn everyone all along and eagerly waiting to see if Nicki would spill the tea. Now, Nicki's comment carried extra weight because of her unique position on the situation. As Meek's ex-girlfriend, who had been intimately involved in his life during the climax of his relationship with Diddy, she would have insider knowledge about the dynamics that the public never saw. Meek would try to defend himself almost immediately after the allegations surfaced. What followed was a series of tweets seemingly designed to affirm his straightness, posts that ironically came across as desperate rather than convincing. In one tweet, Meek would brag about having twice a day when he had a woman around. He would follow that up claiming he was gangster, and then threaten to trash anyone who played with his manhood, anyone but Diddy, I guess. But these attempts at damage control fell flat. The internet turned into a digital firing squad with Meek as the target. Fans cooked up AI-generated tracks with Meek's voice spitting bars about his alleged activities with Diddy.
Dream chasers. I hope they forgive me for what I did with Diddy. Real street forever. The king of Philly. Carl Price
Flooded every social platform, with users getting increasingly creative in their mockery. One particularly viral meme made Meek and Diddy into a movie poster parody titled Diddy Diddy Bang Bang, playing off the classic film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, a much more explicit implication, and another describing Meek and Diddy as booty brothers. Meek's bad boy dreams were quickly turning into nightmares, and his comment section became a battlefield that he just couldn't win, with fans relentlessly trolling him using Diddy-themed wordplay and taunting him to keep tweeting if you're gay. But perhaps the most savage development was when audio of two men aggressively going at it hit the web, with everyone claiming that it was Meek and Diddy making the kind of hits that you won't find on Billboard. But Meek's humiliation wasn't just coming from anonymous internet trolls and meme pages. Soon enough, Actual celebrities started piling on, common behavior for a Diddy party, turning what was already a public relations nightmare into an industry-wide roasting session. Again, common practice at Diddy's parties. The first big name to take shots was Andrew Tate, of all people. The straight alleged would waste no time jumping into the fray as soon as the allegations surfaced. Tate quote tweeted his own months-old post about avoiding famous people because they're all gay and weird. Ironic coming from the once self-professed most famous man in the world, but okay. When Meek tried to clap back at Tate, bringing up the influencer's own legal troubles with trafficking allegations, Tate doubled down, making it clear he was just asking questions about what everyone else was already talking about. A bit rich coming from a man who spends most of his time shirtless with his attractive brother, but okay. By May, Meek had had enough. He would make what he thought was a smart move, unfollowing Diddy on Instagram, but it backfired completely. This apparent attempt to distance himself was actually seen as an admission of guilt, triggering another wave of mockery, and with that, the celebrity pylon only intensified. Again, like a Diddy party after the Tusi riots. Soulja Boy, who had a completely unrelated beef with Meek over some producer drama, went straight for the jugular with a tweet that had the internet in shambles. The timing was perfect, or perfectly terrible for Meek. Here he was trying to distance himself from Diddy, and Soulja Boy just reminded everyone exactly why. A few days later, he would also go on Instagram Live to apologize for some other drama with Metro Boomin, but somehow managed to circle back to Meek.
And Meek Mill, Majo, and Benny, ain't Diddy playing in your booty hole? Huh? Ain't Diddy, you and your ass? Why you on my tweet?
Yeah.
But while Meek was busy defending himself from Twitter,
Yo,
trolls,
just
he
sit
also
on the
had to
table,
deal with
here I
Trump,
come.
his longtime arch nemesis.
I'm not that nigga Larson.
Alright.
No, man. No. Shut up.
See, if there's one
It's
person
okay,
who's
thank
been
you.
on Meek's helmet, apart from Diddy, is DJ Academics. The media personality and streamer had been beefing with Meek for years, with their feud dating all the way back to 2017 over Academics supposedly not promoting Meek's album properly. By 2020, Meek was publicly trying to cancel Academics, even threatening to put a hit on him. When somebody who gets hit by men is threatening to send hitmen, you know you're in trouble. This was a threat serious enough that Academics reportedly contacted the police in response.
Just remember that Meek Mill is nothing but a hypocrite. And again, yo, I don't know if you have issues with 6ix9ine, you clearly do, you don't want to address him. You got issues with Nicki's name, you don't want to address him. You got issues with Nicki, you don't want to address that. Cool, I get it. Ack is supposed to be the dude who like, yo, you could just get everything off on. Cool, I'm just trying to tell you that, bro, I'm just not into being bullied. So if you got like some tough that you have to do, keep it that way. Just stop snitching on yourself. Stop telling the world you're greenlighting people and just do what you have to do. Because right now, like, when you say greenlighting, I send that to the police. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, yo, are you greenlighting?
So, when the Diddy Meek allegations hit in 2024, Big Academic saw an opportunity that he could not pass up. Within hours of Lil Rod's lawsuit hitting the internet, he was live on Twitch, going through the entire 73-page indictment page by page. And when he reached the footnote describing a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, Academics immediately stopped scrolling and connected the dots to Meek, with his audience gobbling it up, like a complimentary buffet tray during a Free-Cost halftime.
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with a rapper. 5, that's redacted. Look, 5, he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Yo, Meek, we were playing around with that Michael Rubin. You've been tweeting about everything on planet Earth. If you don't get a Twitter rant saying you about to get Lil Rod killed, you about to shoot up his block, blow his mama's house up, this saying that you and Diddy were fornicating. What the?
Ack went full prosecutor mode. He would roast Meek for tweeting about everything under the sun, except these allegations about him and Diddy getting freaky.
Yo, Meek, now ain't the time to be talking about switches on the street. They want to know if you're a switch hitter. That's what I want to know. We ain't talking about switches on guns. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm funny. I don't care if y'all think I'm funny. I think I'm funny. I think my mama think I'm funny too. I wake up in the morning after I've been drunk and I scream and I watch my shit and I laugh. I'm funny. Y'all don't think I'm funny? Fuck you, man. I'm funny. That's what I'm going. I'm finna do a comedy tour. I'm funny. Oh, nigga talking about switches, nigga. We trying to figure out if you're a switch hitter, nigga. Are you a switch hitter? That's all we want to know.
But he wasn't satisfied with just discussing the lawsuit. He would go on to dig up tweets with every interaction between Meek and Diddy that's so suspicious as hell.
Look up the pool. What happened in the pool? Oh, him belly flopping? Meek Mill pool. Oh, the fries on the lap? Nah, that was epic. That was epic. The fries on the lap was crazy.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
Meek and Diddy in matching fits. What are you talking about? Yo, Chad, I'm glad when these documentaries exist, because when I see these niggas in real life, yo, I told you, I seen Dave Free, the nigga had tears in his eyes. I couldn't even remember why he's that mad. Yo, Chad, I'm having a blast. Chad, I'm having, like, can I say this to y'all? I'm having a blast. I seen Dave Free, bro. He had tears in his eyes. I don't know what the fuck. Why is he so mad? I told you I wanted to battle. Yo, I'm meeting these niggas. I'm thinking they're Gucci. Because I've been laughing. I've been having fun. They're dumb tight. They're yo, chat. This is why I don't mind y'all clipping me. Make all these documentaries. Because I need to remember what I say. Because I be running to these niggas in real life. And I be like, yo, what's up, nigga? What's poppin'? They be like, nigga, what's up? Nah, nigga. We don't want to talk right now. Oh, what's up? Nigga, why are you saying all that shit online? And I'll be like, every time I'm like, what I'm saying? You know, I'll be drunk. Let's take a shot. Let's take a shot. I'll be like, what I say? These things, they mean their feelings. I'm like, what the hell? Why this nigga so aggressive? Why he so mad? Y'all just eating wings with the bros. Chat, when I watch these videos, I'm like,
Get any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Try the Domino's viral pizza or invent a new one.
This is Christina. Christina is tired and really needs a family vacation. Luckily, with Chico Air, she can book her flights online or just call day or night, especially when the kids are asleep. With Chico Air, book fast, affordable, and last-minute trips.
you apply to this amazing job. You wait for a response and nothing. Enhansive can upgrade your resume in minutes. Enhansive's resume templates are fully customizable at the click of a mouse with endless options. Drag and drop sections, change fonts and colors in the entire resume in one fell swoop. And even add attention-grabbing icons in your key achievements section. And in order to really impress recruiters, tailor your resume to any job with a couple of clicks. Find a job posting, copy and paste it into Enhansive, and get a tailored resume and cover letter in less than a minute. Poof! Enhansive AI Assistant also helps you rewrite your resume or highlight your strengths and achievements. That's it. Enhansive is your all-in-one interview landing, recruiter impressing, time-saving superpower. Upgrade your resume and your career at Enhansive.com. Oh, I get it. I do get it. Okay. I gotta watch these type of videos. I kind of know that me and Meek, we're not gonna have a good conversation. The Dave Free shit, the whole time I'm like, why is he looking at me like that? It's like, yo, I was thinking about this spot. No. Did I take this spot? He said, yo, I was contemplating the whole time I'm about to come up here and crash out. I'm like, yo, why is he thinking like this? Yo, maybe I think this rap shit is a joke. I actually do. But the nigga told me, he said I was thinking about it the whole time I was about to come up here and crash out. And I was just like, oh, okay. But I can see he's so passionate. I'm like, maybe I'm taking this shit as a joke. I do take it as a joke, because that's clown all these things. They were mad. They're like, I'm seeing their heartbeat. I'm seeing like they're like, I'm like, what the fuck? The nigga told me I was thinking about it the whole, this is after Salad came on. So I was thinking about I gotta come up there and crash out. But I knew if I crash out, I was gonna crash out on a nigga who I ain't really had the problems with. So I said, yeah, you're right. The nigga is in Canada who you wanna crash out. Yo, Chad, I'm sorry. Yo, this is hip hop to me. I don't take out none of y'all serious. I'm having a blast. I think I'm a comedian. They're mad though. So I was thinking about crashing now. What? I'm looking at him like, it's hot, nigga. I'm having a good time. This is hip hop. They're mad. I'm never that mad. Yo, you talked about me. Yo, listen, they got little pages these days. They talk about my mama, everything. My mama is put up. I sent her 10 grand like a couple days ago. She is good. If y'all didn't know me, y'all couldn't know my mama. My mama's good. Thank y'all for knowing me. Whatever y'all say about my mama, I tell my mama to still flying. She good. They're mad. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with y'all? I don't take this shit serious. That's high. I'm gonna start taking this serious. I'm gonna start taking this serious. I'm gonna start taking this serious. This shit could go all the way left. I'm gonna start taking this serious. That's what I realized. Now, the thing with Meek, if Meek pulled up on me, I would, if he said, yo, bro, all that shit you be talking online, I wouldn't act up. I would be like, yo, bro, you know you talk shit about me too, right? That's the only thing I'm saying. But Dave Free pulled up on me, and I was just like, why he acting like he lost the beat? Like, he looked passionate. Like, if anything, he was like, your man's lost. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, sit there and watch. Not like us. You further watch that shit, nigga. You back the nigga who lost, nigga. That's what's popping. West Coast, Crip nigga, blood nigga, LA, SA. What? I thought that's what was gonna come up. The nigga came up emotional. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on here? What's the problem? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I don't take y'all serious. This is all a joke to me. I joke on all of y'all. I joke on Drake too. Didn't I get my jokes off on Drake earlier? Yo, Drake gang. Drake, no more 6 God talk. Them niggas just ran up in Canada. I don't give 2 fucks about none of y'all.
Ack went full prosecutor mode. He would roast Meek for tweeting about everything under the sun, except these allegations about him and Diddy getting freaky.
Yo, Meek, now ain't the time to be talking about switches on the street. They want to know if you're a switch hitter. That's what we want to know. That's funny. We ain't talking about switches on guns. Why nobody ever say, yo, all right, listen. Yo, we don't fuck with this nigga Act, but like, that shit funny, man. That shit kind of funny. That's kind of funny. That's a play on words. Are you a switch hitter? That's all we want to know.
But he wasn't satisfied with just discussing the lawsuit. He would go on to dig up tweets with every interaction between Meek and Diddy that suddenly looked suspicious as hell.
Wait, I did that shit? Look up the pool video. What happened in the pool? Oh, him belly flopping? Meek Mill pool. Oh, the fries on the lap? Nah, that was epic. That was epic. The fries on the lap was crazy.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
Meek and Diddy is matching fits. What are you talking about? Yo, chat. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be waking up sometimes like, yo, if I'm one of these rappers, I'm like, yo, how do I not slap academics? Yo, some of these niggas, I wake up and I just write jokes for them. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This is kind of like a daddy post. Daddy, you feel me?
The stream racked up millions of views on Twitch and over 400k on
Even taking me shopping, daddy.
YouTube, with clips spreading across social media faster than a freak-off rash. And what started...
Wait, where? You went viral?
As a footnote, was now a full-blown hip-hop conspiracy theory with academics as the lead investigator. And now, this is where things get really intense. Meek would warn academics to...
Yo, Act, did I say stop saying my name? Yo, you know what's so funny? I promise you, like, and I told Slow this too. I told Slow this. You know, when a lot of niggas who rock with EXO rock with me. Like Slow, Trav, Dilla, all that. You know, even which I know Slow fucks AJ. Like AJ fucks with Meek heavy. Bro, like, it's me and Meek we've never seen each other. Like, me and Meek would probably be friends if he ever came around me and understand my humor. He'd be like, oh man, that's that nut ass academics, man. He'd be joking like that, bro. But I never met him, so like all my jokes against him, them shit, yo, I think I'm really funny. Yo, put like this, I'm so funny, niggas really do want to kill me. That's a different level of funny. Nigga, I'm only making jokes against these niggas. Nigga said, "I did not tell you to stop playing with my name. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I see you." It's gonna have a combination to it.
Stop mentioning his name, making vague threats about what would happen when they crossed paths in person. Posts that only made him appear more unhinged.
Let's take a shot.
Academics would flip Meek's aggression back on him quicker than Diddy flipping over Meek at the free-call, suggesting that Meek was only...
I said I don't even think he gay. I just think it was weird. He got on Elon Musk's Twitter to blame me for the lawsuit. And he promoted a song. He was like, yo, well, fuck what Axe said. Check out the song. I was like, nigga, I didn't say it first, but could you at least tell him you're not gay? You never addressed it. He said, I was like, yo, dog, you know you can just say that's not true, they're lying? Brothers dropped this whole trailer more times than a SoundCloud link. He's trying to use it as a promo. That's odd. Yo, chat, if Meek Mill ever whip my ass, I'm gonna come on here as a man and be like, yo, bro, I deserve it. Pause. Extra pause. Because I don't deserve it, daddy. No. But if Meek see me and give me the beat, if his team beat me up, I'm so fast. Meek gotta beat me up himself. If Meek beat me up himself, we got it. I'll just do a story time. Story time, yeah, I squared up with Meek, and I thought Meek wasn't like that. And I forgot that he's 6'2". I'm 5'9". I'm like this, and I ain't gonna lie. I think it's because we all know Meek on that Ozempic. Meek hit me with a bam. I had a black eye before I even noticed it. Trust me, chat. Even if I get beat up, it's gonna be a dub. There's no L for me. A beat up dub. I'm gonna have the funniest story. So at the point of losing consciousness, when all 10 of them niggas is stomping me out. Now, if you're too rich, I'm suing you. But if you're not rich enough, I'm gonna just tell a good story time. I'm at. Nobody expects nothing from me. I'm gonna win. This is why I act all crazy.
Angry before the speculation about his sexuality hit too close to home. What followed was an intense battle between the two on social media. Academics called Meek washed up, and the two would continue to throw insults at each other. By March, Academics was claiming that cops showed up at his door, allegedly called...
They did. Now, I don't know if Meek called him, but I do think it was Meek's, it was just responsibility, because Meek tweeted out, could somebody tell me his address? Because I'm about to pop up on him. If the police comes to my house, imagine me saying, tell me X, Y, and Z's address, because I'm about to pop up on him, and I tweet it out. So everybody's trying to tweet me addresses or whatever, some of them right, some of them wrong. Then now, police show up to your crib. I was just looking at that, I'm like, yo, that's not a gangster move. Like, the gangsters don't crowdsource addresses. I've never seen that before. Tell me where my op lives that I could go kill him. Or not do nothing, but I'll have the police do it. What?
By Meek himself, who ironically built his brand on anti-snitching anthems. Later that month, Meek apparently had enough and would block Academics on X. On the flip side, Academics would declare victory instantly, boasting that he'd out-tweeted the infamous Twitter fingers himself. The internet would diss Meek for taking an L from a media personality and streamer, and the streets really weren't feeling this look. But while Meek would stop Academics' trolling with the block button, what he could block out were the millions of people who would go on to taunt him about being Diddy's booty call over the next months.
This is bad, chat.
I'm stuck on Band-Aid brand cause Band-Aid stuck on me.
Procure jewelry, eyewear, watches, accessories. Enjoy fast dispatch and low MOQ on Alibaba app.
Between February and September 2024, Meek caught occasional breaks from the relentless mockery. Each new development in Diddy's legal saga brought fresh waves of clowning. When federal agents raided Diddy's mansions in March, uncovering an enormous cache of baby oil, Slippery Meek would be the butt of the memes. And when an alleged Diddy freak-off participants list hit the internet, Meek was specifically named as a VIP. And when feds snatched up Diddy on trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in charges in September, anybody who had ever breathed Diddy's musty air was under renewed scrutiny, especially Meek, who found himself right back in the digital crosshairs. All the evidence pointing to his alleged relationship with Diddy would make the rounds again, with people clowning him for allegedly getting his cheeks clapped by the diddler. This time, Meek would hit back with the oldest play in the self-defense handbook, blame it all on a conspiracy. He posted his notifications feed like it was evidence at a trial, claiming that bots were running a coordinated hit job on powerful figures like himself. Now, whoever they is supposed to be, Meek left that to our imagination. By September the 24th, Meek would go full Alex Jones, offering $100 grand in cash money to anyone who could prove how his name got tangled up in Diddy's legal nightmare. This desperate move only made him look worse and gave celebrities fresh ammunition to mock him. For one, 50 Cent, who's been going at Diddy's neck for months over the allegations, immediately capitalized on the situation. 50 would post an AI-generated video showing Meek and Diddy in wigs, essentially laughing at Meek for trying to pay his way out of the situation that his own public behavior created. Even lesser-known personalities started getting their shots in too. Actor Julio McCullum jumped on the bandwagon, responding to Meek's $100,000 tweet with the viral picture of him and Diddy twinning. At this point, the pattern was clear. The more Meek tried to deny, the more evidence of his seemingly bizarre relationship with Diddy kept surfacing. On November 19th, footage from Meek's 27th birthday party in 2014, hosted by none other than the diddler himself, hit the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail revealed that Diddy had rented the Parisian Paris for $25,000 to throw an extravagant party for Meek, with masked dancers, lingerie-clad women, and many eating sushi off naked models. The property manager described the double fish buffet celebration as disgusting, claiming that there was cocaine like powdered sugar everywhere, along with used blood on the bedding and lubricant on the dressers and marble floors. Now, for the record, marble floors are very porous. You don't want to be pouring baby oil on those. These weren't exactly the kind of party details you want attached to your name when you're trying to shake off rumors of your relationship with Diddy. Like all the other allegations, Meek would deny these too. But at this point, he knew the damage to his reputation was beyond repair, so his only move left was to completely denounce any ties with Diddy. And that's exactly what he did. In a video that quickly went viral, Meek would shut down any connection that linked him with Diddy.
Yo, Sal, what's up? Yo, Sal. That's real life. Yeah.
Diddy gave me million in real life.
Yeah.
Don't ever disrespect me.
Okay. Nick.
Seemingly ignoring the fact that just a few years earlier, he was calling Diddy his mentor, featuring him in videos and jumping in his swimming pool while Diddy called him daddy. For a rapper who built his brand on keeping it real, most people saw these seemingly desperate attempts to rewrite history as authentic as a $3 bill. Even Wack 100 and Loose Cannon couldn't help mocking how Meek wanted to suddenly backtrack after all the evidence had surfaced.
Meek Mill clowning that. Meek Mill hollering no Diddy gang that.
Yeah, but it is. Shit, I'm such a troll. I gotta go back. The trolling never stops. The trolling never stops. It never stops. Yo, I never knew the hip hop niggas took it that serious. Watch. Trolling never stops. Watch. Well, I never called him FaceTime. You didn't call him. Whack!
What up, bro?
Whack, I gotta be honest. I'm on stream right now, man. I just got the info. You got an answer for the entire West Coast. Why did Kendrick evacuate Toronto last night? They say he dipped out of the city. He went to New York to get a hotel. What's going on, man?
What are you talking about, bro?
So he did the show. He did the show in Toronto. I ain't gonna lie, it was a great show. I seen it. It was a great show. But they saying top 5 and his cronies had
Nobody, bro. You gotta do. Let's come on. At some point, we gotta start being the men we are, bro. Dude, can we admit that dude is a clout chaser? Come on, bro. Just because you going somewhere shaking doors, like, come on, man.
No, he tried to go in the hotel.
That's just like somebody saying they looking for you and they go to a hotel and
Like,
shake the door, bro. Like, at some point, bro, we gotta keep it real, my nigga. Like,
No, like,
you
no.
really think?
What?
Do you really think dude is a threat?
They specifically locked him out. It's top 5, which he's the biggest Toronto demon.
No, hey, bro.
They locked him out of the hotel.
The biggest demon of anywhere is not gonna be on the internet screen.
No, this is a different case. Right, this is a different case.
What are you talking about?
He beat like 2 bodies. Like, this is a different type of guy.
Bro, you believe that shit. We don't.
There was a case. Drake paid for the lawyer. He beat it.
Okay.
Yo,
I beat a body that I didn't do.
now hold on. But he did a stream in this Ox Hood.
I mean, okay, but
imagine you pull up your Ox Hood, going live, walking through comfortably.
I mean, we don't know what type of hood they got out here.
Well, I talked to him earlier. He said he wanted to have a conversation. I don't know if Dot is down to have a conversation with him, but he said, Dot,
Okay, bro, yo, Hack, come on some real shit. Like, I know you fuck with Drake and all that. Come on, bro, what we talking about, bro?
Alright, Wack, you too serious, man.
Who you do? Let's just,
Yo,
I'm
Wack,
gonna ask you, bro.
Yo,
I'm gonna
Cat.
ask you.
Yo, Cat, why you like so serious?
Remember that, who is this dude? The fuck are we talking
Wack,
about, bro?
I'm having a good stream right now, man. Like, we've been joking. Like, you too serious, man. You too serious. You too serious.
No, it's just that at the end of the day, bro, first, look, even with me, hey, bro, can we interview if it was cool? When I ignored him and told him I'm cool, I don't know you, then we're beefing like this.
Okay, forget about that. Wack, we gotta talk about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Last night, I was gonna go live again. I was hurt. I'll be honest, I'm a man. I'll tell you, I was hurt. I never thought Canada would let Kendrick come in there, and by the way, it's not about dissing Drake, but he's dissing who they are as people. I'd rather let, he said, I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga let Pop turn in his grave. He says, I'm glad D Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve it. He's talking about Canada.
Hey, okay, right there, he definitely is.
Oh, kid, thank you. Boom.
So the D Rose did, if he said that like that, cool, but when he
I'm glad D Rose, hold on, let me ask you a question, because I didn't know before the battle. Where is DeMar DeRozan from? I didn't know he was from LA. He from LA?
He from Compton.
He said, I'm glad D Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve it neither. Who's y'all?
Well, I don't know, maybe referring to the team.
Yo, Wack is such.
I don't know if the winning team, because I don't be following sports.
Hey,
I don't.
Hey, chat, we gonna take a shot. We're taking a shot. It's mixed with Diet Coke and a little bit of 1942 for my man Wack. But Wack, listen.
Did he perform not like us?
I already conceded. Kendrick, he did his thing. He got it done. It's cool. I call a spade a spade. When Drake went to Philly and did that, that's a dub. When Doc went to Toronto and did that, I'll be a bitch ass thing.
I think y'all think, but bro, I'm gonna be real. I think y'all putting a little too much weight on Drake, bro.
No, it's not about Drake.
Canada.
No.
This is from Canada. He's a big rapper.
No. I don't blame none of this on Drake. I blame. I think Drake got to start claiming Houston. Because put it like this. We knew from Super Bowl, from Pop Out, from Grammys, that Kendrick was on a victory lap. Him doing a victory lap ain't nothing new to me. Okay? Yes. Are we going to call it a W? Yes. Here's my thing. I never thought the people that lived in the place that the nigga who was getting dissed, but he's dissing y'all too because he said, y'all not like us. I didn't think they would vibe with it. And that's when I realized, I said, yeah, Drake got to start claiming Houston because Toronto niggas ain't like that. Toronto ain't like that. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know what Toronto like. I can't even.
No,
one dude.
For a limited time, get any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Only at Domino's.
You know how to care for the people in your life. But you also know it can't always be you. We get it. Find a caregiver who does too. Join now for 20% off care.com.
Oh, wow.
We got this.
Dreams do come true. I am showering from Netflix.
I don't know, bro. I don't know no issue. I don't know what that is out there.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
One dude like Mercules or...
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
What?
If Drake had a song where he said, and all them LA niggas, they ain't like that. Like, just make up the song. Yo, all them LA niggas, they not like that. Could he perform that song in LA, in Inglewood, at the fucking, the fucking arena over there?
Very through come at it.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Hold on one
second.
second.
So we're, all right. Back in the car. Holy. Holy shit. Oh, man. That's what I'm saying. Oh, we saw this video.
Can't really say that when the landlord came out and said that after you left Meek Mills, it was blood and dookie all over the sheets and stuff. After Diddy ran through you.
You said blood and dookie?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Meek, dookie.
After years of studio sessions, VIP lounges, and matching outfits with his daddy Diddy, Meek suddenly wanted the world to believe that they were barely acquaintances. But was he really just another industry acquaintance in Diddy's extensive network? Or was he something more? The truth is, we might never know for certain what really went down between Meek and Diddy, but hip-hop has always been a genre built on perception, and in that unforgiving core, the streets have already rendered their verdict. Meek's carefully crafted street image has been permanently tarnished by his association with Diddy, a stain that no amount of blotting, damage control, or conspiracy theories has managed to wash away. That Diddy's Boy label follows him to this day, when he least expects it, and the internet's permanent memory and hip-hop's love for legendary scandals and its deep-rooted homophobia means that this shadow will likely hang over Meek's head for years to come, which just goes to show you that you can beat cases, survive beefs, and overcome industry obstacles, but you can't outrun your bad choices in who you associate with and what parties you go to. And even if it's all untrue, the unfortunate fact is, Meek Mill will never be able to erase the damage done to him by associating with the diddler.
Ole. Hit it.
Hey, y'all, was
I wouldn't play this business shit, but fuck this up.
Meek Mill used...
Anyway. Lauren
The United States versus Sean.
My favorite white girl. Dr. Umar, I'm not going to switch out though.
Holmes, day 23, afternoon update. If you didn't catch my second video during the lunch break with Diddy's friend Charlucci outside of the courthouse, you should check it out because he actually explained in better detail the Kanye West situation, because I guess I had a few details wrong. However, the federal marshals at the courthouse said he...
Big Whack is calling back. Whack, what up?
So, music, another, bro, music is music. Music ain't designed, bro, to cause no motherfucking wars. You know, that's something that we gotta get back to, bro. Even if niggas is battling, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, by the way, hey, Whack, you know, if it's extra serious, and Whack knows this, if it's extra serious, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna let him know what's up. I don't think it was extra serious, but I'll tell you on the street. So when I popped up to Detroit, this was at Kendrick concert. I talked to two people. I talked to Anthony Sella and I talked to Dave Free. And the main topic both of them said was that listen, we in this hip hop shit. They said, Ack, even the fact that you're here is because hip hop been good to us, and I believe it. Hip hop been so good to Whack. Hip hop been good to you, right? I see you. Has it?
Yeah.
Hip hop been good to me too. And what I agree with them was that, you know, they say, oh, listen, sometimes when we're in this hip hop shit, it could go into the realms where it's not public figures. If I say Whack 100 said this, and this is my opinion, Whack 100 is a public figure. He could come back and whatever. Me talking about Whack 100 children, or like, yo, his daughter did this, knowing that she don't come online and do that, that's a violation. You agree?
Yeah.
So I agreed with Anthony and even Dave. I said, listen, what we got to get back to is that the battle start including people who not really in this hip hop shit. We shouldn't be talking about, with all due respect, we love Kendrick. Kendrick's wife, or whatever the situation is, we shouldn't give a fuck about.
That's real.
We've never heard her put out a public statement. We've never heard her say A, B, and C.
Yeah.
I agree, right? And that's where I think the synergy was with me, Anthony Sella, and also Dave Free. So now,
I told you they wasn't tripping, they ain't tripping like, but here go the thing, right? And it
hold
goes
on,
back to what I said.
here's the thing though. Oh, before you say that. So, you know me. I'm the type of nigga, if I bump my toe, I'm about to tell a story. All that happened, I never had to tell a soul. But you know me, I'm like, yo, I'll just say what happened. You know what the internet tried to turn into? After you got pressed, they was about to beat your ass up. So now, it got me like, wait, hold on, that's not what happened like that. But that was never the tone. I want to shout out to Anthony Sella, and I want to shout out to Dave Free. Our conversation was never on some, let's fight, let's crash out. It was like, hey, listen, we have feelings for shit, but it was never, let's crash out right now.
Not at all, I told you that. But everybody want to see something. They want to see something so then they can laugh at it.
Let me ask you, because they want to see it the most with you. Hey, I thought I was the number one who they want to see crash out. No, they want to see Whack 100 crash out. How do you avoid, tell me, how do you avoid crashing out?
I mean, I don't take these people serious, bro. Like, first of all, the trolls are the trolls. We don't know these people.
That's it.
Second of all, how I've been moving all my life, I'm going to continue to move. But a lot of these people use our name because they have no name.
That's a fact.
And if we respond to them, we give them a name. So you just ignore them, bro. How many of the trolls have you actually seen or you got to deal with once you turn this shit off?
Hey, and that's where I got fucked up, right? I ain't gonna lie. I gotta be honest with you. So I went to the Kendrick concert. People always said to me, they say, yo, Kendrick fans is saying this about you. There's this guy and this guy who's K-Bots. They say this. So I go to the concert thinking I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna be honest with you. The majority of people at the Kendrick concert did not even look at me. They didn't come for me. They came for the song they like or whatever they like Kendrick. The people who on Twitter who claim they care about me, they were not there. They weren't there. I was so disappointed. There was nobody there that was arguing. Have you experienced that?
Every time I see them, they want a picture.
I would imagine they're trying you the most because you have a reputation.
Who's trying me? The trolls?
The trolls, it could be like people who think they're going against you. Come on.
I mean, I don't, bro. 90% on the internet, I don't see unless somebody sends it to me. And if I get one person that's like always sending me shit, I block him because they part of the problem.
That's true too. That's a fact. That's 100%.
You get what I'm saying? They part of the problem. It's probably them on the fake account doing this shit. Just to see if you're gonna respond. So I refuse to have somebody sit back laughing. Look, we got to respond. Nah, just ignore them. Even if it did bother me, I ain't gonna let them know it.
Let me ask you this question. Let's get some real shit. I know everybody, we've been covering this case so intricately. Yo, Kanye showed up today to the trial. What a lot of people are saying is that what the defense was jacking, saying, yo, Diddy did A, B, C, and D. It don't look like that no more. By the way, supposedly the woman who some people believe is 50 Cent's baby mama, who's testifying saying, yeah, he's sex trafficking me too. But she admitted, she said, well, I was in other freak-offs. One of the other freak-offs she was with was supposedly with Kanye West. He ain't showed up today. He ain't say nothing.
And then, so, how y'all get Kanye West? She never said his name.
Because
rapper and his wife. A rapper and his wife is what she said, right?
You're right. But it's by...
There's only one person that fits that description. Only one couple.
It's not that. They're wholesome.
Yeah, it's tiny.
This is Christina. Christina is tired and really needs a family vacation. Luckily, with Chico Air, she can book her flights online or just call day or night, especially when her kids are asleep. With Chico Air, book fast, affordable, mass-meter trips.
I'm going back and moving forward with Purdue Global. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu.
Big buys, best buys, always buy. Find them all during our Buys of Summer event at Fairway Buick GMC. Like a new 25 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation 4x4 with Turbomax. Save $12,020 at Fairway Buick GMC.
Nah.
T.I. is the only pro. Ye and Kim Kardashian ain't doing that.
It wasn't Ye and Kim Kardashian. You gotta remember, when Jane Doe, who we know is Daphne Joy, started dating Diddy, she started dating him after 2021, 2022. When did Ye start dealing with Bianca Censori? Talk about it.
That was 2020.
There you go.
2020, it was after we did the shit with him and Gang in Miami. So that we talking 2023, 2024.
Well, there we go.
2023, 2024.
There we go.
But
Whack, I can see.
I don't know, bro.
I can see your brain trying to work to say, how do I get him out of this? Now,
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, shit, it could be, but that very big.
Let me ask you a question, Whack. All right, we're not trying to connect no dots. I want to ask you a question. Because I felt, and I told my audience, I felt I wasn't in the industry no more when I'm finding out all these things that happen and I've never heard about it. When it comes to this Diddy, Cassie, or Diddy, Daphne Joy, all of this freak off shit where a man lets another man fuck his girl, have you ever heard, it don't gotta be your artist, have you ever heard about that in music? You got the who? You got the who?
I've been approached and propositioned a couple times by men that want to pay to have break they fuck their wife in front of them.
heard you
Like
say that
Kenny
before.
Wayne.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think you were trolling though. This the
No,
real.
I wanted approach come or really got my number or see it out and it pulled me to the side and really make a proposition.
Why? Listen, I know you're a great entertainer. Sometimes, you got, we talking about for real.
For real, one dude came and said we got 25,000. My wife would like to have sex with your client for Ray J. Because he was sitting at the table. And I said, no, I don't think you'd be interested in that. He said, well, I got 50,000 if he'll do it and let me watch. 25,000 he'll just have sex with her. 50 he'll let me watch. This is real shit. But y'all mean, bro, the world we live in, anything you think is not happening is happening. Anything that you think will never happen or eventually happen. I mean, that's just, bro, think about it.
Hold on. Yo, Wack, hold on. Wait a minute. Because
bro,
wait,
there's
hold on.
different realms in this world, bro. Anything you think is sick and disgusting, okay. We talk about, oh man, eating a rat is nasty. You can go somewhere in the world where that's like ordering a hamburger or fucking burrito, right?
Chat, we got 18,000 in here. Hold on. Y'all know Wack, that's my point. But Wack done said some shit that, in his belief, there are certain people that would want to indulge into some type of situation.
There's a community like that out here, bro. That's a fact.
Yo, chat, let's get a poll going on because I think Wack might be capping. We might catch Wack in the cap. This ain't a 100 side Wack.
Hey, bro.
Wack, we got 18,000 people in here, and if they say you capping, I don't know if you believe it. Start the poll,
bro. There's nothing in the world that you can think of that somebody's not doing.
No, I agree with you, but it gets to a certain point that it's out of bounds.
It's what?
It's out of bounds. It's too much.
No, I'm not saying it's not out of bounds. I'm saying what's not normal to us is normal to another group of people.
So let me ask you this question again. If someone told you there was a conglomerate of people who were hella talented or popular entertainers that was interested in women that would get fucked by multiple men or do any free walk activities, would you say, oh, that's cap, or would you say, I don't know?
I would say that's absolutely true.
Absolutely true. Hold on. Like, see, you do too much. See, like, you do too much.
Hey, bro.
What do you mean absolutely true? Stop it.
Because, bro, in every group is other groups. It's more. Gangster shit.
Wait, say that one time.
There's more people in corporate America weird shit than gangster shit. If you got the gangsters, that's in the weird shit. So it's what's weird to one group is normal to another. It's just real shit. Hey, bro, listen. Chitlins. I think chitlins is absolutely disgusting. But if you ask your cat, how many of y'all eat chitlins? You gotta put them down there and say that shit's good as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, but that's different than a freak off. Why? That's different than a freak off.
Because, bro, we're talking about somebody eating a pig intestine. I think it's disgusting. Okay, freak off. I think, bro, you can't, what the fuck you mean? You watching a man fuck your woman while you masturbate. Nigga, that's weird as fuck. That's like, I think chitlins is disgusting, the thought of it. But you got some people that's gonna tell you, no, we love chitlins. Some people gonna say, hey, that's what I'm into. It gets me off. brought the dude in here who told you what the request for him used to be. I brought him on the three-way.
No. You did, but a lot of people told me like, yo, that was a whack play. Whack don't fuck with Nipsey, so he brought in a fake
I
nigga.
have nothing against Nipsey on my daughter's soul. I got one daughter. That man is real. What he said he got, I read with my eyes. I see the video with my eyes on my daughter's soul. You ain't never heard me say I got anything against Nipsey. You can't find no clip nowhere where Nipsey ever said anything about Big Bro. That's nowhere.
So you trying to tell me, I don't know you to be a liar, that's the thing.
On my daughter's soul, that man is real. What he said he got, I seen.
Hey, Whack, you said some interesting shit. I want to get into that. Because I got into it, but I ain't gonna lie. I love this guy, and I'm scared of him a little bit. I said, so, let me read what he posted. I'm a little scared of him, so I can't say too much. But you said something, and I agree with it. But you might be scared of him too, because he the real boogie. Hold on. I'm gonna read it, okay? So, today, 50 Cent posted a picture of him wearing white, all white. And he said, we're wearing white in honor of the freak offs. Now keep in mind, Kanye showed up today and he was wearing all white. And 50 said, damn, yeah, you should have brought your dirty little white with that Grammy outfit. And he ended it. Now here's the thing, this is what I said. I said, wow, I love 50. I would never want to get into it with 50 because 50 never took a loss ever in life. But it looked like 50 a little bit hurt. Because why?
I was 50.
50's baby mama is trying to send these men to jail. And he's over here calling them out. You a gangster. You know what type of girl she is. You done heard the story.
No, bro. I think that's why 50's hurt.
Why?
I don't think you.
You think 50's hurt for real?
Yeah, I do. As a man, listen, this is the chick he was with. He put a baby in this chick. I believe at one point in time he was in love with her. I think he didn't already come to grips with it what it is, but I think what's bothering him a little bit is that he didn't know that side of her. Reading that shit is like, Diddy took her.
Wait, what you mean he ain't know that side of her? He knew every side of her. He put a baby in her.
That don't mean he knew that side of her, because if he knew that side of her, I think he would have never put a baby in her.
For a limited time, get any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Only at Domino's.
I'm a Viberg business insurance expert obsessed with protecting your small business from everyday risk, but in a cool way.
Goldilocks needs a place of her own, and fast. Thankfully, she's on Redfin. They update their listings every 2 minutes. And with so many options, she's bound to find exactly what she wants.
This one's just right. Is she leaving? Yes.
Both sides. It is happening.
As a therapist myself, I know how important it is to be able to have someone that you can talk to about your problems, to bounce ideas off of, process your traumas and your stressors, especially when life is getting out of hand. And although everyone should have a therapist like that they can talk to, sometimes it's difficult to find the right person who's the right fit for you and your needs. Thankfully, BetterHelp has an online quiz and tool that streamlines the entire process for you to better help you find a therapist that's going to meet your needs by asking you what your preferences are, what your experiences are, what kind of therapy style you're looking for, and that way it can match you with the best therapist specifically for you. And thanks to BetterHelp's online platform, actually communicating with your therapist, whether it be via messaging, phone call, video chat, is incredibly easy. You can communicate with your therapist at times that are the most convenient for you so that you can have flexibility to communicate with them not only anytime, but also anywhere. Whether that be at home, at a park, in your car, whatever's most convenient for you, things are flexible so you can get the help you need when you need it. So if you feel like you're on hard times, you can try out BetterHelp for yourself.
Like what side? Are you talking about the side that she's down to, you know, do a little, you know, she's down to fuck with a couple of men. You know, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think he do that side of it, bro.
Nah, 50.
And I think no defense, I think somebody else brought that out of her. I don't think that's who she was originally.
What you mean?
I think somebody else unlocked her after 50 stopped fucking with her and she was trying to find her way, however that was going. I think somebody unlocked her and turned her into that.
Really?
I don't think 50 would have ever thought she was a 50 at the type of dude to put a baby in somebody at that point of who he is, that he don't get out like that. He might fuck with her, but not put a baby in her.
So you think 50's finding this shit out for the first time? No way.
Yeah, I don't believe 50 knew she was on this shit that she's on. And I don't think it's two things. Either she was like that and never disclosed it to him because he was like.
Let me ask you a question. And you older than me, you my OG, here's the thing. At times, a girl could tell you, I'm like that, but I'm only like that for you. I'm only doing this for you. I'm not doing it for no other nigga. I never did that shit before. So you start feeling good.
Hey, bro, I don't think 50 is gonna allow himself to even be in the situation for other people to involved. 50 ain't dumb. He know what time it is, so he wouldn't even know that side of it. He might know if she dealt with a woman before, but to this extreme, he wouldn't know it. And I don't think she was like that when she was with him. I think she got turned out after the fact.
Let me ask you a question. Why did Diddy not throw it in 50's face? Because he wanted to keep it around and keep it active. The minute he does that, he got a child by this boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, now you got it, you dealing with 50 Cent, so that can lead to the court, 50 seeking full custody, all kind of crazy. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, and then you got a new something going on, you don't want to jeopardize fucking it up. You got a new little freak. So let me ask you a question. So you really think that 50 is hurt by it? You think he feel a way about it?
That's the mother of this child, bro. He gonna grow up, I think it's a little, he gonna grow up to see this shit like that.
That makes sense.
Straight up. He gonna grow up to see this one day, bro. So yeah, bro, if I was my one like that, and I looked up and a nigga that looked at as an out, got a hold of her, and was flipping her like this,
what would you do?
Nigga, listen, I wouldn't do nothing because it's like, it's what it is, but it would definitely fuck with me. It would fuck with me to a point I'd be like, damn, I never even knew you was on that shit. I had a woman that I didn't know who you was. Think about after you been with a woman that you was in love with and come to find out you never knew who she was because now you saw the real side of her. That another nigga brought out of her.
Whack, it already happened. Whack, it already happened. You preach to the choir.
Did it?
Whack, I know about them ones. Okay. Go ahead.
You know about what?
I know about one of them ones. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that'll fucking nigga up, bro.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a man that's, listen, he ain't gonna put no child in somebody, bro, that he ain't in love with. He really was in love with that woman at one point in time. So now we got accepted. It ain't like.
Wait, you think 50 was in love with her?
Definitely.
Nah, he did put a kid in. They went on vacation together.
Spend time with her. He used to always post her, you know, stop on the beach and shit like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, bro, men gotta stop playing tough, my nigga. We all got a soft spot when it comes to our significant others, children, shit like that, bro. And we got egos. And I believe if it had been like a baseball player or some soccer player, cool. But the fact it was a dude in the industry that he's in, and it was Diddy, and they got their little, right, they got their little back and forth shit going on. Oh yeah.
One thing I noticed when apparently she fucked NBA players and NFL players. He never stepped in them. When she fucked Kid Cudi, he blew up his car. You can't fuck a nigga who's in the industry with me. You fuck an NBA player, basketball, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like Scottie Pippen's wife with fucking Jordan's son. You know, it probably been with a little worse if it was Jordan, but it's even crazy that it was his son.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You get what I'm saying? So that ain't no shot at 50. But just as a man, I would expect him to be like, he handling it right. He's being a good sport because he's a troll. You know what I'm saying? So he's trolling himself. Right?
So you don't believe that 50 is down bad?
No. I don't think he's down bad. But as a man, if you know, you have that 50 took a moment and thought about it and said, damn, what the fuck? I never seen this side of like my son's mother. Damn, and you reading it, bro. This is the chick they saying after round 2 or the second nigga, she grew up. And they said, oh no, you got one more session, you just got here. Like, you got Diddy running his baby's mouth, bro. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Bro, this was like Vivica Fox, he wouldn't give a fuck. But let's just be real, bro. He got a real child by this woman.
Nah, he definitely did. Nah, he definitely loved it.
Come on, bro. Listen, your chick, whoever she may be,
yeah,
you ain't even got no kids. Yeah. And if you found out, bro, that she was doing a whole other shit that you even think she was capable of.
Right, I ain't gonna lie, I got a new thing. I gotta introduce you. I got a new thing.
Oh, so you not with the other shit?
I got a new thing. Right.
So you telling me that?
Right, I got a new thing. Right. Yo, what you say? You telling me I know you about it?
I mean, cause she don't seem like the type.
Huh?
She don't seem like the type.
All right, let's move back.
Let's get confused. That's because I don't be knowing if like that's the same chick who did this. I don't be knowing really who your chicks are, so I'm getting confused.
No. Me.
Who was living in Texas?
Why? I was selling down. You know, that's my ex. She with her new boyfriend. He's a TikToker. I'm moving on.
You talking about the one I just talking to?
Yeah, she got a new nigga, and I'm moving on. She moving on, I'm moving on. We both moving on.
So that was already there. You found out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, shit wasn't working. You know what I mean? I'm one of the niggas who I don't leave till they leave. So like, she left, and I'm like, all right, bet. I bless y'all. You know, now let me go through what I got to do.
But that's even different though, because all right, she left. But let's say y'all was together.
Yeah.
Let's use numbers of 1 to 10, right?
Yeah.
And her, when it came to certain things, she was like a 5-6.
Okay.
And then you like, cool, because I can teach you some things, cool, right?
Yeah.
And then you look up, and it's a nigga in your same lane and shit comes out and she's a 30, you like, did I even fucking know who you was? Like,
Whack, I ain't gonna lie to you, Whack, I ain't gonna lie to you. I can tell you the truth. Let me tell you this, Whack. Once I realized, Shorty done, like, feel like this. It's like Diddy. This is my theory on Diddy, you can tell me. I said Diddy was down to blow up Kid Cudi car. He was down to slap Drake when Drake was trying to sign Cassie. The moment Diddy realized that she fucked the trainer, Diddy realized that's not a bitch you could even save. That's a low class bitch. She fuck with anybody. That's pretty much what happened.
and the crazy part about it is, Cass is probably the one teaching the trainer a few moves.
That's a fact. Holy.
Because of what Diddy taught her.
That's true. That's a fact. That's a fact. No, you're true. So for me,
I mean, you know,
I relinquish everything. Yo, listen, I learned an important lesson. What I'm gonna get you where you at, because I see you in R&B. I said, yo, you ever heard of DDG?
That's my family.
I'm saying DDG.
DDG, you talking about the artist?
Yes.
That's my family.
Okay.
We gave him his first platinum. You forgot Calabasas.
God damn, I forgot you've been in this record. Hey, he taught an important lesson. So they got this new term. It's like, yo, like, it's called, they call your girl your ball. He taught an important lesson. You rather show up to the park with no ball than rather than have your girl and other niggas trying to snipe her. So now, I'll just show up to the park. It's not beneficial to have a girl no more. It's not for you it is, because you found a good one. For me, I gotta just show up to the park.
And I'm gonna tell you though, when you do find a good one,
now they don't exist anymore. Whack, they don't exist. Whack, they don't exist. Whack, they don't exist. Trust.
No, that ain't true. That ain't true.
Whack, I gotta catch them. They gotta be 40. They gotta be 40. If they're in their 20s, they think they're too bad.
Academics say good women don't exist, don't die. Damn.
Now in their 20s, I gotta catch them 35 plus.
Can you see? Look at that shit.
Hold on.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, but hold on. You caught a really nice.
Turn around, man.
You caught a really nice untouched woman while she was in, like, I don't want to dox her age, but like, she was a mature woman.
Bro, she's 45.
Okay, hear what I'm trying to say.
Like she's 30.
Hear what I'm trying to say. You can't catch them in their 20s like that.
Yeah, but
you know why? Because, yo, if you in their DM, little baby in their DM saying, I'll buy you the biggest Chanel, I'll buy you ass, titties. You have another rappers are tricks these days. You can't compete with. Unless you're gonna be a trick.
You know what? I told somebody the younger women these days are way more different than when they was in their 20s in my days.
Facts.
They like, they a little more, it's sexy red season, bro.
Nah, it's sexy red. What? You still back.
But here go where you going wrong at.
What?
Why you still fucking with them in the 20s?
What? You want me to get them while they older than me? I'm in my 30s. You always need a girl.
You 30, right?
Yeah, hold on. You need a girl like at least. I'm going on Jay-Z. I'm going on Jay-Z shit. How old Jay-Z was 10 or 15 years older than Beyonce. You gotta be 10 or 15 years older than your girl.
Nah, you at 30, you should be 25 to 27.
Okay. If I'm 34, if I'm 34, what's your age? If I'm 34, what's your age?
27 to 30.
Okay.
because they did already found themselves.
Okay.
You find one without no kids
Okay.
at that age.
Hold on. Here's my next question. Because I ain't gonna lie. I'm the biggest not advocate, opposer. Because I don't have no kids, I don't know if I can fuck with a chick that got kids. What do you say?
I can respect that. I can respect that.
I said,
It's different for me because I got kids.
you got kids, you got kids. But I don't got no kids, so it's like, when a chick gonna tell me she fuck with that nigga, she got 3 baby fathers, I'm like,
she already experienced a moment that you can experience with her. I can respect that.
okay. So I ain't gonna lie, it's not even an age thing with me. I gotta catch a chick without baby dad. Or her baby dad every day.
They got him out there, right?
Where do you find women at? It can't be Clubhouse.
I found R&B on Clubhouse.
Really? She's the only one.
Yeah, I chased her around for 9 months on there.
Really?
It's real fact. I swear to God. Yeah.
Wait, she wasn't going at first?
Hell no.
Stop it. I heard you DM'd her and you fucked the first day. No disrespect, but I heard that's right.
She wouldn't let me see her for 9 months.
That's lie. Stop lying.
And she lived in Vegas.
Stop it.
I promise you, bro.
So how did you know she was a good girl?
Talking to her about learning her, understanding her, seeing that she could teach me something. Well, I'm gonna let you ask her. Hold on.
Wait, first of all, where y'all at?
I told him 9 months. You keep thinking I just mentioned.
R&B. So Wack was telling us, he said he started talking to you on the app. Like he said he started talking to the app on day 1. He said he cracked day 2. 9 months.
9 months that he was singing.
What?
Yes.
Wait. You made a big Wack wait 9 months?
I text you when it's
Yes. And listen, he pumped me out of my number, and
What do you
he
mean?
literally trolled me out of my number. So I was on Clubhouse on the stage, and I was on the phone with someone, and they were telling me to change my PCR because I had the profile picture. So I had this kind of cute little provocative picture up there.
Yeah.
And so when I got off the phone, he was like, "Hey, who are you? What's your name?" R&B. So he gets to trolling me. So he asked me for my number. I think he DM'd me and said, "Could he have my number?" So I gave him my business number. He called the
What
number
you mean
right
your
away.
business number? You didn't give him the person.
I have 2 phones. I have one for business and one is personal.
What?
So I gave him my number. He called the phone right away. And when he called the phone, it went straight to voicemail. Because I didn't really want to talk to him. I was just like, oh, this guy's going to be trouble. Like,
Wait.
he is.
Wait. Hold on. You know, we men, so we look at shit a different way. When I hear that you curving a big Wack, it's like, Wack's a boss. Wack's a nigga who...
But listen, I just knew he was going to be trouble.
Like,
Like,
I mean, though. Like, put like this.
I
Wack is of a certain caliber, like, no disrespect to, you know, whoever you dated, but Wack is a different level.
And
Wack.
I knew that. And I sensed that. So for me, it was kind of like I just wanted to focus on myself and building and working. So when it came to finding something that I was interested in, I knew that I liked him. It was something about him that was like, yes, this guy is going to have you all out of your body. Just by the way he speaks, I knew that he was going to have me mentally, and I was eventually going to want to give him all of me. So I was like, I don't want to have to deal with any distractions. I want to stay focused. So let me give him my business number. I gave him the business number. He called it right away, and then he said to me, I don't want the business number. It went straight to voicemail. If you don't give me your number right now, I'm going to make a promise to you on this stage. He was like, I'm going to troll you. So I'm like, I've never been trolled on Clubhouse. I gave him my number, and The rest is kind of history.
The rest is history. Hey, let me just say this. I could tell how much you fuck with him, and I could tell how much he fucks with you. He talks about you all the time. But like this, I can't get a, Whack comes on here and talks to me all the time. I can't get a 50-minute conversation out without he mentioning you. I'm happy for y'all, and I hope, and listen, as long as whenever y'all get married, if y'all not married already, I want to speak. I want to speak on your section.
Absolutely. You got that.
That's what I want.
I told you, bro, like, so listen, I'm gonna tell you how you gonna know. We don't wait no 9 months for no shit. We forget about it. So you find yourself doing things that you wouldn't normally do, that's when you know. I could be real. I think the woman out there for you is probably your age.
I'm gonna do a dating show. Like, I need a dating show. We gotta set it up. It might be on Tronics or it might be on Zeus. I need a dating show.
Bro, let me tell you what's funny. At 6 o'clock, I have a meet with Ray J about what we talked about. I swear to God.
For a limited time, get any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Only at Domino's.
Local matters. Who you hire matters. The Richard Harris Law Firm.
Since you're a new mom and she's a new baby, it's good to know Milacon helps your baby to naturally relieve gas in minutes. It can turn even a newbie into an expert. Moms who know Milacon.
Shop everyday low prices at Living Spaces. Modern sofas from $295, queen beds from $150, and dining sets starting at $295. Plus, save up to 60% in clearance and get free shipping as soon as next day. Only at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
So, I'm gonna bring it up.
Hey, I need a dating show. Hey, listen, Whack. I've done dealt with too many heartbreaks. Whack. At this point, I feel I need to have a child in the next 2 years. By the way, there's like a part of my audience think that I got a child already. I'll just indulge them and say, sure I do.
You ain't got no kids. You don't got a kid.
Don't kill it for them because they already went with it. Don't kill it. Don't kill it.
You know, listen. And what you do, we have people like R&B screening the contestants. I'm glad you said. I swear to God, today I have a meeting with Ray at 6 o'clock about what I talked to you about the paywall and shit.
Yeah.
I went over it last night, 6 o'clock. I got a meeting today, so I'm probably gonna be calling you about 9:30 your time.
Amen.
But one thing I do know, I know this. You're a good dude, and it's the female out there just like you who feel they can't find a man because it's a bunch of scumbags. And that is the woman for you. We're gonna do that.
I'm at my wit's end. If it don't work here, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know where I'm gonna go. This is the last.
Hey, let me tell you something. I know you be feeling. When you walking around that big ass crib of yours,
I do.
You be like, damn. What is it for? Because you need somebody.
You're right, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like women these days, they into so many shit. It's like, I don't know, man. We gonna figure it out, Whack.
R&B. Ax said he want us to do a dating show around here. So it's crazy. I told him we got to meet with Ray today.
We got a big ass dating show. And tell R&B, I know, listen, I will never disrespect your queen, but I know your queen comes from, she comes from a religious background.
You do know she's an ordained minister, right?
I do know that. What I'm trying to say is when we hook it up, she can't hook it up with no hoes. You know you are.
No. We ain't doing that. We're going to put it together. I'm going to call you tonight about 9:30 your time.
All right, bet. All right. Well, Whack really didn't hang up. That nigga hang up before he said the last word. Holy.
Okay. They're calling 50. Alright, anyway.
This is the federal prosecution's attempt to tie in the enterprise.
Loving Big Act. Yo, chat. Y'all don't think I deserve a good woman? Yo, half my audience, they just want to see me crashing. I ain't gonna lie, it's so sad. Y'all don't see me with a good woman. I want to have like 5 kids. Y'all don't see me with kids? I'm telling you, I'm ready for kids. Feel me? Only because I'm thinking about my age, I'm like, if I'm finna turn 30 in like 5 years from now, if I turn 30 in 5 years, no, not 30, 40. I don't want to be 60 when my kids is 20. Anyway.
As being a part of some kind of SCX traffic. Now, we took a break. We took like a 10-minute, that was the lunch break. We took a lunch break. Nicholas Mundane, thank you for the super chat. We took a lunch break. So when we came back from lunch, right off the bat, the first question U.S. Attorney Advisor asked Jonathan Perez, check this out. Were you subpoenaed to come here? Yes. Do you want to be here today? Jonathan Perez, no. U.S. Attorney, have you been granted immunity? Jonathan Perez, yes. U.S. Attorney, can you be prosecuted if you intentionally tell a lie? Jonathan Perez, yes. The Assistant U.S. Attorney in the courtroom, under oath, with the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, asked their own.
So the Diddy and Cassie situation has been getting freakier and freakier by the day. The more and more I hear about these allegations, Diddy is a freaky man, the king of the freak-offs. And Cassie, you feel me, she was young, vulnerable. But like what Act said, she could have left. Like, Diddy was not holding her, well, you know, this is what's hard for me. Allegedly, Diddy wasn't holding her hostage, but she said on the video that came out by the hotel, where he hit her over and drug her, you're not gonna leave the free house, you got it, yeah. Wait till the dude, bust a nut, allegedly, then all over you, then scrape it out, go in the other room and rub it on my nipples. That's what he wanted. It sounds so crazy to say, but that's what Diddy wanted. Like, we seen him in the road, I thought he was just fresh out the shower, but allegedly, he was probably butt naked. I'm surprised there was no baby oil on her, or him, where she wiped it off. That's why he was so mad, there was no baby oil on. Hey man, I genuinely feel bad for Cassie. I feel bad for her husband too, because he has to be in court and he's listening to all these things. And I don't really think Cassie's lying about anything. Like, Cassie just seems like a nice girl, probably like gentle, innocent, like, and she just wanted a career. Like, man, I'm struggling here because I want to be very, very honest about everything, like my point of view. I don't think Diddy was the best people, and I think everything he did to Cassie was wrong, and it was definitely manipulative and all that stuff. But, like, is it sex trafficking though? Like, this is what he's charged for. Like, domestic violence, yes. Assault, yes. Like, probably a bunch of other crazy stuff, yes. But sex trafficking, bro, I don't know if you could say he was sex trafficking. But it's only day 2 of the trial. And I'm gonna be very, very unbiased about every single thing I say. It's day 2 of the trial. Diddy is he's there every day. They say that he's looking white as hell, gray as hell. He's, you feel me? They said he was looking at Cassie the whole time. But day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe 2 weeks later, there might be someone else taking the stand, and we don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe like 3 days later, there's gonna be a new person taking the stand, and they just expose everything about Diddy. Like, we don't know fully everything Diddy's done yet. Like, there might have been men that he was having free calls, but like, ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, Act was the one about what he said. Diddy should just came out and said that he was a flexible, bro. He should have said he was bisexual, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And what Act said, bro, all these rappers gotta come out who was around Diddy, like really, really hung around Diddy and was like really cool with him. They need to come out and like, yeah, bro. You gotta defend yourself, your integrity. You feel me? But your boy Big Act News, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And do you feel like Diddy's innocent or do you feel like he's guilty? And we're talking about sex trafficking. Like, we're not talking about is he a good person or not. Do you think he's guilty of sex trafficking? Cassie. It's your boy Big Act News, and I'm like,
USDA choice ribeye must have cost a fortune, huh? Oh, right. The lowest prices of any national grocery store. It's an Aldi thing.
Hi, I'm Burke, a small business insurance expert with Viber.
What's a Viber?
Viber isn't a thing. Viber is a way. It's the smart way small business owners get insurance. Call or get your quote in minutes at Viber.com.
Viber.
Viber.
I'm big on LeBron, man. I'm not like Jordan that doesn't like people and staying away from, you know, the black people and stuff. You know, no shade, but people wanted to love him.
Yeah.
You know, and I think especially our people because we buy all this stuff.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, baby, price. One slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, baby, price. One slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay, and the guy that's stopping by for conversation and a drink today is one of the internet's favorite comedians. He's a turned movie, TV star, entrepreneur, owner of a football team, CEO of Coulda Been Records. Drewski, come on now. Come on now, hey, come on. Man, thanks for stopping by, giving me a couple minutes of your time.
Yes, sir, man. I feel good, man. You know, just blessed, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, just black excellence. That's all.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Oh, man. Right off black.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my cognac, a Le Portier. It's a VSOP. We won Best Tasting VSOP in 2022. So this is to your success. We're going to talk about that.
Thank you, brother. Ooh, boy.
I might be a I might not sleep about
it. We might do something after this. We got to do something. We got to go out.
There's only 3 o'clock.
We got to go out, man. We got to do something. We got to hit the club or something, man.
Congrats on the tour.
Yes, sir.
You got Coulda Been Records tatted on you. You're about to start a 30-city tour where you're the headliner.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that.
Man, you know, I opened up for a lot of different artists before this tour. Got a chance to open up for J. Cole, you know, 21 Savage. They were both on the tour. Got a chance to open up also for Lil Baby and Chris Brown.
Wow.
They went on a big United States tour as well. So
right.
I just figured it's time, you know, I haven't done anything for my fans yet. It's been 6 years. I've been going hard, going strong, putting out content, you know, doing live pop-ups, doing live shows here, there, you know, but I never did anything for my own fans. So now this is my time and introduction to my fans to come out and show me love and, you know, and also continue to get a vibe for the comedy that I'm putting out, you know. So yeah, it's gonna be a great tour, man. I'm super excited, you know. that's got a lot of emotions, like for real. Like, you know, nervous, excited, you know, don't know what to expect. You know, this is my fans' first time.
Right.
So, yeah.
You mentioned putting out content for your fans. What should your fans expect?
They should definitely expect a little bit of Cleveland Records. So the CEO gonna be in the building. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
Yeah, man. So yeah, they'll get a taste of all things, man. We're actually looking right now for an opening for the tour. So
okay.
Yeah. So this is gonna be dope.
So you're looking for somebody. Hopefully, you can provide them a break. That guy that you mentioned, Chris Brown, Little Baby. I think you're over for Jack Harlow, 21
Yeah,
Savage.
earlier on. Yeah.
So when you said, what did you learn from these artists? Because Chris Brown, some of the biggest artists in their chosen profession, and you're opening for them. So when you're around them, what are you seeing? Like, man, if I get an opportunity to be a headliner, man, this is the way I'm gonna approach it.
Yeah. Well, I got the best of both worlds, man. You know, I went on a J. Cole tour, very quiet backstage. Right. You know, not a lot of women.
Yeah.
Just chill vibe. You know. Then I got a taste of.
Is that a good or bad thing?
You know, for DJ works, hey, to each his own, brother. A win, you know, so it is what it is.
No more.
But, you know, then I got a taste of Lil Baby, Chris Brown, too.
Right.
Where it's flooded back there. You can't even, boy, you can't leave your green room without it. So, you know, so I think I'm gonna be right in the middle, man. Right. Just I like a little bit of J. Cole, but you gotta have a little fun.
Yeah.
You gotta have a little fun.
You gotta have. Maybe not 500 of them.
Right, not 500.
But 250. 250. Okay.
I do 250 backstage, you know. Nah, I'm messing around, man. Nah, I think the biggest thing that I learned from them, they're so locked in, regardless of what's going on backstage and stuff. I had a chance to talk with all of them, and like they're so serious about the craft, you know, getting prepared before the show and not having too many distractions before the show. Maybe after the show, at times.
Right.
But I think that's something that I took from that, was seeing how serious it is and the preparation it takes to get to that point. So yeah, that's a big thing.
I was reading where you mentioned that you opened for Jack Harlow early in his career. Yeah. And I was reading where you showered at a rest stop and you were performing in front of 50 people.
Yeah.
Did you think at the time that you're showering at a rest stop and you're performing in front of 50 people that you would later become the headliner of your own 30 city tour and become this?
Yes, I actually did, because we used to have conversations, me and Jack, on the bus. We was on a beat-down bus.
Right.
I'm talking about, man, look.
Like the school bus or the Greyhound bus?
The Magic School bus. We was on the Magic School bus. Nah, we were just stacked on top of each other, and I had to come by myself. He had all his friends, so I wasn't familiar with him or everybody else he was with. It was just, I just had to come on and do my thing. And we used to have talks all the time on the bus, like, hey, man, this is what we want to do. This is my goal. This is where I want to be at. This is how I want to be. So me and him familiarized ourselves with each other, knowing that we wanted to do this. So it was just, we both were on the same page with our goals, you know. So we just, man, everything happened. So it's just like, we just continue to go, and the goals only get bigger. So yeah, man, that's probably the biggest thing I remember from that tour. I'm serious.
Right. Yeah. When you're opening for, and they for rappers, R&B, whatever, I think Jack Harlow is an R&B guy, rapper, and you get Lil Baby and Savage.
Yeah.
It's one thing to open for someone like that and you're a comedian, as opposed to opening for someone that's a comedian also.
Yeah.
So how would you prepare to do something like that when the crowd is like so different?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I did, and I appreciate the fans for adapting to it. I think I kind of created a lane for myself, where I've never really seen anybody do that type of stuff, especially not in the stadiums I was going to, and you know, just going out there with improv. Like I'm really going out there and fucking around. I mean, messing around with the. You good. Yeah, I make sure I got. Hey, we a box, man.
Yeah, you good.
But yeah, so just messing around with the fans, I think. I'm just appreciative that they were able to adapt to such a big change. But yeah, it was definitely very different from what you're used to. But it ended up turning out every single tour was really good.
Right.
Yeah.
You allow fans on stage. What are some of the craziest interactions that you had with fans?
Man, I had this dude. He came on stage. He tried to get undressed.
Huh?
Yeah, he tried to get undressed on stage, man. And the fans were familiar with him because he's been on one of my Cleveland records. But I know he'd take his shirt off.
Right.
I didn't know he was gonna get naked.
Come on, Joe.
He tried to get naked, man. And we stopped it. We stopped right before it went. But he's a dancer, man. He's a hell of a dancer. We let him do his thing. But yeah, that's probably the craziest that has gotten on stage, bringing fans on. Yeah,
Right.
that's been.
You do a lot of IG live because that was basically like you were performing. That was kind of like your tour before you actually got a tour.
Yes. IG Live was big around the time, like you said, during COVID.
Right.
COVID, everybody was just tuned in, and just like you said for your show, it was like the main time. If you were doing anything, a lot of people were chilling, back relaxing. But for the hustlers, it's like, hey, hit the road running because this is not what everybody watching.
Payments, all that stuff.
I'm telling you, everybody was watching.
You got to generate the revenue somehow.
You're not lying, man. So I think Could Have Been Records, we built up the fan base, and even my fan base for for comedy, just me in general, was built up during COVID, and I had everybody's attention. They were doing the verses and stuff, and I was just trying to figure out my own niche for comedy. So that ended up working out perfectly. But now we still do it, and the numbers continue
to grow,
increase.
Right.
Yeah,
So in other words, you started kind of like Club Shake Shack. We started this in 1996 in Greeley, Colorado, doing the training camp.
Yeah.
And so actually, Club Shake Shack was not my room. It was my neighbor's room.
Okay.
Because I didn't want them coming in there, rolling dice, playing cards, playing PlayStation, drinking and smoking cigars in my room. Because when I wanted to go to bed, I wanted to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I put the club in their room. And they're like, well, how you have a club? It is not your room. I said, well, easy, because y'all accepted it. And so what started that is like fun and a joke.
Yeah.
Like, here we are like 25, 30, almost 30 years later, and we got Club Shake Shack, and we're doing interviews.
Whole another level.
Yes, with some of the biggest stars like yourself.
Yes.
I want to know, how did you get the name Drewski? How did you come up with that?
Man, in middle school, everybody started calling me Drewski because around that time there was a show. It was like a College Hill show. I don't know if you remember College Hill.
I do remember.
It was at College Hill, Atlanta, and there was a dude on there that used to rap. He was rapping some songs like Booty Doo or something. And everybody thought it was so funny. And my name was Drew. It was just regular Drew. And I remember all the kids would come in and speak. They're like, hey, Drewski, sing that Booty Doo. And I was like, Drewski, ain't nobody ever called me Drew. So that kind of just adapted. Just at a young, people weren't calling me like everywhere Drewski, but just the kids at school would slowly start saying it. And it just became.
And you were like, okay,
okay, because you can never pick what your,
right,
your nickname will be.
Right.
So, yeah, it just.
And once you answered to it a couple of times, you stuck with it.
Yeah, you stuck with it.
Ain't nobody gonna call you again. Yeah, you get big because hey, my name is Donald Brown.
Yeah, man.
When you do these IG live, you average over 100,000 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you said that every time we do it, it just get bigger and bigger. Is this your opportunity to work on new material before you actually hit the stage?
Yes, 100%. I think this and also the show that we're doing on YouTube called Could Have Been Auditions.
Right.
Those are both avenues where I practice, improv skills and practice majority of like the jokes and stuff.
Right.
So it just gives me a way to, because of course everybody doesn't see everything when we record the Could Have Been Auditions. Like we have one tomorrow in LA, and they only see 20 minutes of what took maybe 4 hours of material.
Right.
So yeah, like that. Those are definitely a platform for that. Yeah.
Right. So I'm looking at some of the things. You had some very funny encounters with some celebrities.
Yeah.
When you hung up on AB and told him to apologize to Tom Brady. So man, you know you're wrong.
I want him to apologize, man, because listen, man, CTE is a real thing.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I know.
So you think there's some?
Listen, I done got hit in the. I used to play football. Okay. I played a couple of years on. I played church rec league too. Okay. And I was pretty good. I'd probably say I was an all-star in church rec league. But why you look like that?
No, I'm just saying that's what you.
No, I'm saying you took a sip. No, I'm just saying. Church rec league just as good as whatever league.
What league? Yeah, I'm saying what league?
Yeah, NFL.
NFL.
Yeah. We got ranked.
So you played defense or offense?
I played offense. I was a fullback.
You were fullback?
Yeah, fullback.
So in other words, you were like a Justin Houston, a Kyle Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So you.
I was kind of like a TJ Cutting.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So they give you the ball. It was.
Well, I got a couple trophies. I can show you the trophies now. Church league, but like I said, I got beat up a couple times, so I know what CTE looked like. And when I finally got a chance to talk to him on Could Have Been, I said, hey man, you need to go apologize.
So what did he say?
He hung up. He didn't want to hear that. You know how that CTE. His brain probably just the scramble.
Was it all for the skit, or do you really think he should apologize to people or talk?
Truthfully, I do think he should apologize because he gave him an opportunity of a lifetime, man.
Right.
You know, ain't nobody, especially nobody of Tom Brady's caliber, doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, nah. On a serious note, I definitely do think so. But hey, at the end of the day, man, he's doing numbers with that song. That put that shit on.
Yeah.
So I can't, but hey, a win is a win. A win is a win.
True.
A win is a win.
On Twitter, you offered Meek Mill an opportunity to sign with the Cook.
Yeah, Meek Mill, I don't know if he really gonna comply though. He in his own world, man. I try to reach out, you know, a lot of times I try to reach out, just like I try.
What about an up and coming aspiring rapper instead of one that's already established? Don't you think? I mean,
I do also have a lot of up and coming rappers that I do try to, you know, get. I got some, I got these boys in a program, in a prison program.
Right.
And I'm trying to help them get about the prison program and get out here and do good stuff in the world. One of them just got taken to, what do you call the place where solitary?
Solitary.
Yeah, one of them got taken there.
Well, I don't know how you gonna put some.
We're working on his conduct. We're working on his conduct. The moral of the story, we're working on. We're working. Yeah, I'm giving him opportunity. One of them, he did something I can't even speak on, but he'll be working on.
Yeah.
He's there. Everybody needs a chance.
Well, he probably gonna have to be in there.
Yeah, he's dangerous. Yeah, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might just work with him through Zoom, through, you know, the little thing they got in there. I might not need to bond him out, but yeah.
I'm looking at you, the CEO of a record company, so obviously, you know, you understand, like, so many people have said about the bad deals that they've signed. You were 80.
That was the reason why we started Cleveland Records.
Okay.
Because seeing so many, you know, people, my skin color, just continuing to sign their life away, it amazed me, and I took so much interest into, like, knowing, like, why do we continue to sign this? And then later on down the line, we're like, oh, F the labels, you know, and I'm like, why? Why would you initially have signed this? If you know you had the talent, what made you want to do it? But I get it, you know what I'm saying, because they do.
Was it because they were unsure?
I think, or uneducated on what really that deal was.
Right, okay.
You know, so my big thing was, I'm gonna let you know straight up, we giving out 360s.
Okay.
We gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
So ain't nobody signed yet. Maybe because of that.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm telling my people what it is, off rip. I tell you, we gonna F you.
Oh
yeah. I'm gonna tell you.
And you expect them to sign?
The Christmas be with it.
Christmas be with it when they trying to get a body.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man.
What record exec, hip hop record exec, or record exec, or who inspired you to say, you know what, I want to become a CEO of a record label. I want to do the right thing by people. Who inspired you?
Probably Suge Knight and P. Diddy.
Man, he's strong-minded people.
Yeah, that's why. But I mixture of him and P. Diddy though. P. Diddy, you know, I like when he get angry with his.
So you dirty red to 5 heartbeats.
Yeah, man. You know that what inspires me, brother. But yeah, those are the two for sure that got me into wanting to create my own record company.
But I was hoping you said like Barry Gordy,
E.L.E.,
Birdman, Dre.
Birdman might be one. Birdman. You want another inspiration? Yeah. You mentioned it. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, man. I like that.
Bird.
Yeah.
Bird. So let me ask you this: who's on your Mount Rushmore of hip hop music execs?
Man, gotta give it to Master P. Master P up there.
P.
Do we name current or gotta be?
Mount Rushmore. Whoever you want on there. Okay. It can be all current. It can be all.
Okay. I like CEOP from Quality Control.
Okay.
P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Only 4, right?
Yeah, only 4. That's all.
Ooh, gotta put Suge up. Suge up there.
Man, you be mad.
Suge up there, man. I'm telling you. You see what he did.
He done left out Russell Simmons, Barry Gordy.
But what Suge created was discipline from his artists. You gotta discipline him sometimes.
Man, come.
Well, do the calls. Do the calls.
Have you done any work with Diddy?
Yes, I actually did a commercial with Diddy.
Okay.
We did a commercial about a year, maybe 2 years ago now.
Right.
And I don't know.
You get an Adidas sponsor deal on YouTube, right?
Yeah. We did a show. We did a show after that. We did because I had snuck into his house. We did a deli on tequila.
I just nigga to his house. He behind a brick wall. And he got
Nah, his sons helped me out.
Oh, you was
Nah, his son.
Okay.
His son helped me out. I was with them, and then I snuck in there somehow. But nah, we ended up starting. We got a YouTube show off of that. Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the brands that you secured deals with. You got Bud Light, Seltzer, Beats by Dre, AT&T, Call of Duty, Ruffles, Mountain Dew, KFC, Happy Dad, Hard Seltzer, Google Pixel.
Yeah.
You've been able to do so much.
Google Pixel.
Yeah, Google. Yeah.
Took it back.
You've been able to do so much through social media.
Mm-hmm.
Social media can be a blessing and a curse, correct?
Yes.
You've been able to use it as a blessing. Why haven't you been cursed so far?
You know, when you walk with God, brother, it's a special thing.
But you strong arm, if you want to strong arm people, you walking with God.
But see, I got good intentions.
Okay.
I ain't God know my heart. through everything, God know me. So, you know, I think, but yeah, I'm honestly blessed, and with the cancel culture and all this stuff, you just gotta know, you know, when you got a strong fan base, man, you really can't compete with that. I don't feel like any of that really exists when you know, are walking with God, though, man, for real.
What have you learned about business, and how have, over the years you've grown, how has your style changed, knowing, as you mentioned, cancel culture?
That's deep. So you saying like spending wise, spending money wise? Oh, we talked about just cancel culture in general.
Both. I mean, obviously, you got the Doug Zone. You like that. I mean, obviously, look.
I'm not a flashy person, though, man. I've never been flashy. You know?
Bro, you got the Jack Cat and Jeff.
There ain't nothing. This stuff is all gifts, like I said. But yeah, man, I think I learned early on when you know, before I even got famous, that just about spending and stuff, because I used to splurge and try to like get every Jordan drop, or I would just break my neck to try to get anything expensive that I thought was cool, like it was, you know, in high school and stuff, everybody was trying to wear the designer belts, designer shoes and all this, everybody trading clothes. So I used to, I think that around that time, it kind of showed me like that none of this stuff was really, it's kind of like meaningless a little bit. Like if I didn't learn that then, I would have probably spent every last dollar I got in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I did learn that before I got money in my pocket. But yeah, I tend to just buy like, you know, I shop at Dick's Sporting Goods, bro.
Right. Well, I mean, if you buy sneakers, why shouldn't you?
Yeah. But I'm not really a high-end, like, trying to buy a whole bunch of expensive
stuff. Business, obviously with business, you know, you got culture. You got those guys that how have you been able to avoid
Aperol Spritz, the #1 cocktail in Italy.
And in this business, the backstabbing, the jealousy, the envy, how have you been able to like navigate those waters?
It's crazy. We were just at an event and you see it all the time, especially in Hollywood, man. It's like, you just gotta continue to smile and just know you just walking with God. It's because you see all the fake people. Sometimes you might say hey to somebody, they act like they can't hear you.
Right.
You get that, you know how that goes. You saying what's up to somebody, they see you from across the room, they like, can't see you. So, you know, I just like to just be a genuine person. That's
what about the ones that they say one thing to your face, but behind your back they say something entirely different?
Ooh, man. Them ones, man. I can't. But no, like I'm still learning that.
How do you deal with that?
I think my biggest way, I think I just stick to only the people that I have in my own circle.
Right.
Like my team that I work with, maybe my close friends in the industry. I always tend to be around that crowd. I don't like to go and like be like, if I'm not invited or nothing, or if I feel like I'm stretching myself out to be in this scenario.
So if you're invited, you're not showing up.
Yeah, no, if I'm invited, I'll
say if you're not invited, you're not showing up.
Because I don't, you know, if I'm supposed to be there, it's meant to be. If I'm supposed to be at that red carpet, it's meant to be. I have something to show for it. Like, of course, I do want to be at a lot of award shows. I do, like I see it on TV, I'm like, man, what am I gonna be on there? But I haven't been invited, so in my mind, it helps me grind harder to know, like, all right, you're gonna be there someday, but you're gonna be invited. You're not gonna force, because sometimes you go to those events that you do get invited to, and you see somebody, you're like, what the hell? You're not even supposed to be on this. They're like, what are you doing here?
Right,
But they try to sneak and get their picture, and then you see them on the internet, like, yeah, man, me and Shannon Sharp, we working, boy. And you're like, man, you ain't really working, so I'd hate to be one of those guys. So that kind of motivates me to just be like, okay, just grind until it's time for you to be invited to that type of stuff.
What did you get with your first big check? What was the first, when you got some, like, you got some money, you like, oh, how about it?
What y'all think I spent my big first check on? They probably know for real. I haven't really splurged. I retired my mom.
Okay.
I just recently retired my mom.
You ain't buy no car, you ain't get no.
I got the same car I had before I was famous.
What type of car was that?
Yeah, Jeep Cherokee. Yeah, Jeep Cherokee. 2013 JeepCherokee.
That's it.
I'm in the process of pimping it out right now. I ain't gonna buy nothing new. I'm pimping it.
Oh, you pimp that right?
Yeah, I'll pimp my ride.
I don't know. 2013.
I had the same car. I promise you.
You made that
go to my
car
house in
before.
Atlanta. I promise you, I had the same car, man. We upgraded the house and stuff.
Right.
My team lives with me and stuff, so it's a good scenario. But yeah, no, I haven't. A lot of people ask me why I haven't gotten a new car either.
You haven't, you know, you don't want anything, you don't want, obviously you could get a car, but.
Yeah,
you
I
don't
just
want
travel.
jewelry.
I travel so much.
So much, right.
Jewelry.
That's your thing, jewelry?
No, jewelry's not even my thing. I got a couple gifts from, some jewelers that have given me, they just want you to wear your stuff.
Right.
And
Say you got it
from them. So I think I'm cool with that. And like, my mind is just so, I was so confused when I got into the industry, bro, because I used to believe that a lot of these dudes I see, like, they're wearing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, like, they probably spent so much.
Right.
And then I got famous, and like, Dior will send a package to the house and be like, please wear this at your next big event. Or
they do that?
A jewelry, yeah, they'll do like different. No, I'm just saying Dior. I'm just saying Dior. No.
I'm just saying, I can say ain't famous, because ain't nobody saying that.
But big companies will do that and just want you to wear whatever they send in, or like a jeweler will just give stuff and then just be like, hey, so you got it from me now.
Right.
It's just, hey, that's it. But so when I learned that side of the game, it's like, man, it's a whole.
I ain't spending my money, I'm gonna
Right.
where y'all free stuff.
Man, yeah.
DM. Using the DM, use X5 Academy and Shaq. Are you trying to shoot a skit with Spice and Shaq?
Yeah, I think Glorilla tried to give it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, Shaq tried to give it Glorilla. Yeah. That's who it was. Ice Spice, I was trying to give Ice Spice. That was me.
Bro.
I still ain't got a chance.
Well, I tried.
You can get an info. You in the industry, you can get an info. Come on, man. You gotta let it ride, man. You gotta let it come to you. So right now I'm in that process. Shawty, if you watching this.
Oh, she gonna be watching. Oh. You got a number. You got a number.
Nah, I ain't get a number. That's why I said it. I said you gotta let it come to you, man, because at the end of the day,
look at Jack Harlow pulled. Jack Harlow pulled one.
Oh yeah, Jack got it though. I ain't got.
She a bride. You know, keep talking about you a bride. She a bride too. Why y'all can't be two brides?
Yeah, she's something. I like it. She got a little something.
I mean, you just bull jiving, or would you like?
No. On a serious note, I really would. I like Shawty. Like I ain't. That's why I told her I'm like, it ain't even about the music and all that. Like with me, you gonna get me. You know what I'm saying? So I tried, but she ain't really.
She ain't really right now.
Not yet. When she see this, she probably gonna be like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, she gonna be watching.
He like to talk about me publicly and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
So she probably.
Have any celebrities left you on red?
Celebrities in general, you talking about girls I try to shoot at?
Yeah.
Girls I try to shoot at?
Yeah.
If
they left you on red and you see them out public, you like, I tried to hit.
I haven't been left on red. Majority of anything I reach out to will
they respond.
Yeah, I'm at that level. Yeah.
You better let it.
I ain't saying I get them all. I just say they respond. You talking about you can look like that? They respond, man. That don't mean they like, oh my God.
Do you read all your DMs?
No, I don't. I try to sometimes, like if I put out like a post where I want response from my fans and stuff, but yeah, they flooded, man. People say all type of crazy stuff.
Right.
They just, I don't get a chance to even look at all that stuff. But yeah, some celebrities do though.
Yeah.
My celebrities, look at the deal.
Have you ever been starstruck? By somebody that have responded, that hit you up, or you've been somewhere and they're like, who's here, how you doing?
Yeah. Oh, has somebody
You've been starstruck
by another celebrity?
Yeah.
I think Rihanna. I seen Rihanna at a restaurant. I was out with
She with A$AP Rocky. Okay, you ain't trying to shoot.
No. I ain't trying to.
Okay, I'm just saying, yeah, man. Young lady.
She was out with like her friends and stuff.
Okay.
And she was, you know, they have these little private rooms out here in LA. And I was like in a private room. It was like me and
They got private rooms out in LA?
Yeah, like where you eat dinner and you know.
I ain't never been with everybody.
It'd be like the teams and girls, whatever. They have little private rooms, you know, where they put music in there.
I ain't know nothing about that.
It's like your own little lounge.
I've been in 6 years. There ain't been no private room.
Yeah, man. You know. But so yeah, I was in our little section, and I walked out, went to the bathroom, and I had seen Rihanna sitting in like a little area where she noticed me.
Right.
And it was such a weird like interaction that I didn't know I was supposed to come and give a hug.
Right.
You know, so I kind of did one of those, you know, back trace, front face, and then I came and I gave her a hug, and it was awkward, and I fumbled it, man. I fumbled the bag. That's before she was with A$AP Rocky.
All you do.
I might have could have had a chance.
You like, hey, Rihanna, how you doing? How you doing? Nice to see you. I love your music.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Bad.
Yeah, you froze.
She bad.
You froze.
She bad.
Yeah.
And I'm going to the bathroom, so I'm already, you know, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I said, I'm like, good God Almighty. So, but you don't know if some celebrities will act like they don't even know who you is. That's why I'm doing the jump rope.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to get that eye contact. Yeah. So, yeah, man, but it was awkward. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When you meet a celebrity, do you automatically tell them who you are? Because anytime I meet somebody famous, I always say, hey, I'm Shannon Sharp. They're like, I know who you are. But I just
I tend to do that. Yeah, I tend to do that. Yeah, just because, you know, just
I don't want to assume you know who the hell I am.
You're a genuine human.
Yeah.
I'm the same one. Yeah.
So, who's the first celebrity you met that co-signed you? Like, bro, I like what you do. Hey, keep doing your thing.
I think, I think Lil Yachty was one of the first people. I actually did a skit with him early on, and he thought I was very funny. That's kind of like the introduction, possibly how Drake found me, you know, through me and Yachty doing the video. We just did like a quick skit. It didn't blow up or nothing, but yeah, it was. He actually genuinely enjoyed my comedy, and he was like, "Yo, I want to do something with you. Like, I don't even want to just watch or like think that's funny or help you out in a way. Like, I just want to just be involved in whatever you're doing." So yeah, it came down to my world, you know, and yeah.
So what was it like meeting Drake?
It was dope, man. It was dope. It was definitely dope.
Because, you know, I met him last year? Yeah, I was at the Adele concert. The one she had at the Observatory. On the Oprah space.
How was that? He knew who you was?
Bro, you know I gotta tell, hey, bro, you know, hey, I'm Chef. Bro, I know who you are. He said, I love what you do. I'm like, you do know who?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah. He's another genuine person. You don't see too many genuine people in the industry, man. He's like a real person.
Right.
He's not like fake and see you this time, don't see you this time.
Right.
Genuine.
That's how I got
person every time. But I'm sure you know the ones that this person this day, that one the next day. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what? I'm not an out person.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like home. I'm kind of to myself. Kind of stay in my little tight my little bubble.
Yeah.
So I don't really meet a whole lot. I mean, if I can go to like a sporting event or something like that. But as far as I don't really do the whole lot of red carpets. I'm who I am, and you know, I don't look at myself as being famous. I just go do what I do, and I come home, and, you know. But I mean, people tell you I'm real.
Yeah, but I'm saying you even gain more fame.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays, even to the young generation, like everybody knows who you are. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact of how you look at it.
It's funny when you say that, because a lot
they might not even know that you used to play football. They don't. I know they probably don't.
People ask me all the time, say, how do you know so much about sports, especially football? I said, man, I study a lot. They said, we can tell.
Because these are like the new fans that don't know nothing about this.
And then they see me again, like, oh, man, you should have told me that. And like, but it's funny that I'm more famous and more well known now in television than I ever was when I played football.
It's crazy because when we took my brother to college, my brother went to Savannah State in 2011.
Okay.
12.
Yeah.
And I remember I was still in high school at the time, and I remember we took a drive. It was like 4 hours down to Savannah from Atlanta area, and we drive down there, and my brother gets out, and we go to the football thing, and he sees, I see you everywhere after school. Like I would say, they talk about you, like the coach and everything. And he was going to play football, so they were big on just praising your name out there. And I just thought that was so crazy. It's like a full circle moment getting to meet you and do this with you.
Drake's plane. You been on Drake's plane?
I want to, but I haven't, man. That Virgil one? Yeah, man. I ain't seen that. But they say 30-seater plane for like 10 of them. Look at this one.
You gonna get there?
Yeah, look at this one.
You're a big sneaker aficionado. What's your favorite kid?
Right now I'm really into like the low top dunks stuff.
Yeah.
Like like these, and they have so many different assortments of different like
the Panthers. Yeah.
I like
the school. They have the Kentucky dunks.
They got everything. So I haven't got a chance to get all of them, but I think those are the ones that really did me.
What you don't have that I gotta get that shit.
One of the biggest matches in boxing history.
Amazing got Gabriella to the school dance. Amazing starts at CSL Plasma. Donate plasma today and receive up to $700 your first month. You can help create medicines that save lives while making a difference in your own. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing.
There are a lot of ways to feel that sense of community outside of the classroom. APU has a lot of student organizations. Sometimes you can meet with in person through like community service projects. So I really love the student organization program at APU. I think it thrives.
Those dunks that the green emerald ones that are sparkly, those are like
the khakis.
There's like a sparkle one. I have the silver ones that
over the sports and kicks.
The khakis. Right. Oh, okay, that's
what they call khakis.
Yeah, but it's like $20,000-$30,000, something crazy. Dumb, something crazy out there. Y'all know the price crazy. Look at
You are the Kentucky Derby. You ever been to the Derby?
Never. That was my first time, man. That was
what was that experience like? Because there's nothing like it.
Yeah. And I think
did you have a hat? Did you get the hat?
Yeah. I had a cowboy hat though. I ain't had a hat.
No, you gotta get a fedora or you gotta get a hat.
Oh, okay. Maybe they thought I was racist because I had a cowboy hat. I had a whole hillbilly out there. Oh man, they probably like, who this black dude trying to rip cuts down here, man? But nah, that was my first time, and I got around, all these people. I think they weren't even used to seeing that many, maybe celebrities. Yeah, it was like me, Drake, Jack, and like this is like peak Jack, where he's just going through the roof, and that's his city. So it just was. I remember they had like this field, and we were all in like this building in the middle of the Kentucky Derby, and the people that like the camera crew, they were like, "Yo, y'all should walk out there and just say what's up to people." So it was supposed to be just real quick. Right. And we went out there and like everybody like wasn't even looking at the horses anymore. Like everybody ran, and it looked like almost like we were looking down and it was like a show, full of like 20,000 people, and it was just crazy. People were just screaming our names and stuff. So
it's definitely a bucket list thing. I've had I was very fortunate to get an opportunity to go in 2016 and to be there. And I went the year after American Pharoah had won the Triple Crown, so I got an opportunity to meet Bob Baffert and sitting up there and talking to him.
Yeah.
But to see that and to see the hat, because it's all about the hat.
Yeah.
You can wear,
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anything about the whole hat.
A lot of the women have on flip-flops or sandals. It's all about the lead. For the guy, it's all, the guy, they have this fierce and they have the but The hat. It's all about the hat.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta look into that.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
do that next
yeah,
year.
yeah. I'm definitely trying to look. I'm definitely trying to look to get back.
We're gonna link up next year if you go out there for real.
Okay, you want to?
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen, bro.
You've been around some heavy hitters. You Drake and Kevin Hart.
Yes, sir.
What is some of the best advice? And because you see Kevin Hart, he's in commercials, he's in sitcoms, he's doing. I mean, Kev, and I told him, brother, you sleep. I mean, when do you have vacation? I mean, you shoot the movie on vacation. But I've never seen anything like it's work ethic.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's honestly what made me such a huge fan of him as well too. Just early on before I even got any of the fame, but when I got a chance to meet him, he gave us so many gems, man. Me and my team, we were sitting and talking to him after a show, and he gave us it was a joke at first, but then he told us the real. At first, he said, "Where's your crew, man? Like, where's your friends?" I was like, "Oh, they right here." One of my boys was getting a drink. One of my boys was talking to a girl. I was like, "Yo, come here." And Kevin Hart standing there. He said, "Okay, hold on. This ain't gonna work." He said, okay, now I didn't know these were your boys. This ain't gonna work right here." And I was like, "What?" He said, he got on this, he got on that. And he just started roasting them. But it was funny, but then he really told us some real stuff. He was like, "Nah, I really want to genuinely talk to y'all. You know, the roller coaster is only as long as somebody's watching before." He said the roller coaster goes up. He said some analogy about like how the roller coaster goes up, but it only goes up as long as somebody's watching and making sure you guys continue to stay on track.
Right.
And because the roller coaster can fall at any moment, you won't even know because you'll continue to just ride and think, "Oh, I'm famous, I'm lit, we good, I don't gotta really work that hard, no matter, we good." He said if nobody's watching that, you'll just be on for the ride and you'll just go downhill from there. So it was an analogy that had something to do with that. I don't know exactly what he said, but it hit me and my team and everybody. We talked about that, and that was really impactful. That's for real.
Did Kev tell you don't be a bitch?
Yeah, he told us that too. He said that too. Yeah. So you're like, "Oh, bro, you just made me. I'm gonna be a bitch." I think he just wanted. He was just like, "Yo, you know, you're opening for these artists and stuff. You are special. Like you are a great talent. You need to go and do your own thing.
Right.
Like you have it. You got it. Stop thinking that you was like, yeah, I saw those shows. I came to watch. And I didn't even know we came to watch.
Right.
I'm like, man, you spied on me? Like you came right and you didn't say nothing. Like so it was like, yeah, I seen your little things. You know, that's cool and all, but stop being a bitch. And I just that hit me too. That was another piece of advice.
Was it because? Were you afraid to go out on your own?
You could say that. I think it's something that kind of gets stuck to some people who do social media.
Right.
Because you get the fame of being on camera first,
right.
Being on your own phone camera,
right.
Which gives you a comfortable feeling,
right.
With that, it's almost backwards because for them, they had to start before they got onto a camera.
Correct.
They had to go and do it in front of people.
Right.
So it's like a complete 100% flip.
Right.
So, so that's kind of like what he was telling me and just letting me know that is like, bro, get out there and do your thing, for real. So.
I watched, I don't know if you watched the Golden Globe, but Eddie Murphy got the, I think, the Cecil B. DeMille Award. And he stood up there and said that 3 things, and you will have a very long, promising career. He's like, pay your taxes, mind your business, and keep Will Smith's name, wife's name out of your mouth. Has someone ever been upset with you with something you said?
Man.
Or you try to avoid, or you try to, I ain't gonna talk about nobody.
I mean, not yet. Nobody has, I haven't had that type of scenario yet. I haven't really talked about anybody in the public eye like that. Nah, not at all. I tend not to mess with it, stay out of people's business. That's the real thing, though, for real, because you don't know what somebody got going on. Like, you don't even know what they had going on in that situation.
He might have just had a bad day.
Right, bad day. They could have just got out of argument. Anything could have been happening, so. Yeah, you just never know. Like, so he right about that. Stay out of people's business. Ain't lying.
Have you ever been booed?
Not yet. Shit, I ain't looking forward to it.
I mean, hey, even by the airball, LeBron just shot an airball.
Yeah,
I mean, Tom Brady.
That's what I said. I ain't looking forward to it, but I know I'm human. So just hopefully not on this tour.
Right.
We'll do one of the small shows. That'll put me off that small show. Don't do this tour here though.
What advice would you give comedians that kind of started the way you did? You started on the internet and you kind of built this large following so big that you're able to headline your own 30-city tour.
Yeah.
What advice would you give somebody that wants to go the route that you went?
I would just say stay consistent, man. I think we all lose track of like where we're going sometimes when we fail, and I think it was times where I had videos I thought was gonna do great, or like a scenario where I thought maybe I should quit this tour when I was on tour with Jack, you know, just not feeling comfortable. Like I wasn't comfortable on the tour bus, and I didn't have my friends with me, and I was like, I just want to go home. I don't feel like finishing this. But it's like if you do that, what are the consequences?
Right.
So it makes you think. So I'll say the biggest thing is consistency. And I know I used to hear celebrities say that type of stuff back when I was watching interviews. Like, man, everybody say that. They'll stay consistent. That's whatever. But honestly, genuinely, that's really it right there. Because it don't matter what happens. If you, like you said, get booed off stage or something goes wrong or this goes left, stay consistent. As long as you stay consistent, it will continue to work. You know, and know what you stand consistent with. There's some of them rappers out there, you need to quit. Don't take that. Don't take it the wrong way, boy. You need to quit. Don't take that the wrong way. Don't take that message wrong.
You mentioned your team. You got a couple of your homeboys.
Yes.
You have a writing team. You've assembled a great team around you that you like. Okay, this is my group. This is my 5, 6 guys or gals, whomever.
Yes.
This is who I'm taking to the top.
Yes, I have that assembled already, man. We have writing meetings all the time, like weekly, you know, nightly. Like whenever we get a chance to all come together and like just be in the office at the house and just write and come up with funny stuff. Happens all the time. And even when we just have quick conversations, sometimes we got to pull out our phone notes. And got to type it in there just because it's something that we are laughing about or a scenario where we're talking about. So. Yeah, I'm big on that for sure. Yeah.
Have you ever been on a date and like, hold on, man, this thought just came right.
All the time. That happens everywhere, man. Even in my sleep, I be waking up by my sleep and just grab my phone and just, I swear, bro, because stuff always be coming to me. Or I think about stuff like, even my homeboys will say it, they'll be like, bro, like I'll be asleep on the sofa maybe, right?
Yeah.
And they'll notice me get up and like just, they'll be like, yo, what's going on with you, man? I'm like, man, I just thought of something. I don't know if that, just random little stuff. And I think, yeah, that's what keeps it going on.
You think of something, you at dinner, y'all at home watching a movie?
Oh, I'm definitely pulling out that phone notes.
And then she's like, bruh.
It don't matter what's going on.
So how do they respond when you do that?
They don't like when I be on my phone or locked in on my phone and I can't hear anything.
Right.
So they'll be saying my name, Drew, and I don't say anything. You know. So I think that's a big pet peeve for, you know. And
do they understand that what you're trying to do?
A lot of them don't. Because you know, people think like when you're a comedian, they like, oh, it's all jokes. You ain't working hard. Man.
Right.
You ain't working on nothing.
Right.
But really, it's like, hey, you can't.
It's 24 hours, really. Because you take a real life situation, but you're making them funny.
Yes.
So if something happens,
and you know, with people laughing, you know, majority of the time they don't take the grind or whatever you say you're doing serious. They have a lot of time.
You let fans record your show when you practicing?
We're 50-50 on that right now. We're trying to decide how this tour is gonna go. Because you know, I don't know if we're gonna take everybody's phone. I want people to enjoy it, and I want it to go viral, like moments, craziness, whatever happens. So I think we'll allow it. I think out of respect, people may not record the whole thing fully. We might add some of that, but you know, I don't like to take people's phone. Not at this level, you know.
It seems like everywhere I go, they put that phone in that bag.
Yeah, they don't play about that. And we thought about doing that, but I think a lot of the show will be like improv and like new stuff in every city. So I wanted people to record and like enjoy the moments that may go viral or go anywhere.
You made some legendary skits that's gone viral. Has anybody approached you about like doing a TV show or doing your own variety sketch?
Yeah. We're in talks right now. I have a TV show that's been greenlit with FX.
Okay.
Shooting it with FX and Kevin Hart, and Stacey Sher also is involved. So yeah, we got some stuff going on. I'm also working alongside with Spring Hill.
Okay. Yeah.
With LeBron's company. Yeah, LeBron Mav company. I was just in the House Party movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a good start. thing.
They should let me be dad.
Yeah.
They should let.
Yeah. Did you audition for it?
No, I did.
Come on, man. You should audition for that. For real though. Did you go watch it?
I did. I haven't watched it.
It comes out tonight. You should go watch it.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna see it. You know, anytime, you know,
it was very funny.
If we put somebody, I'm going to see it. I'm gonna watch us.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And I gonna sneak in, you know.
The Magic Johnson Theaters?
Yeah.
You going to Magic Johnson Theaters?
No. I'm gonna.
Well, I'm about to say, come on now.
I don't know. You remember Lennox Mall used to have a movie theater?
Oh yeah. I didn't know that actually. It was bad.
Bro, you been there?
That's the most high-end mall that's ghetto ever.
Man, you been there watching and dude pull out the phone. Hey man, yeah, I'm in this movie, man. This thing is ugly. What in the mall? Man.
One of my homeboys, he just went to the movie a couple months ago, and he somebody got shot in the movies over a seat.
Yeah,
over a seat in Atlanta.
That might have been. You know what I'm thinking? That might have been Atlantic Station.
Yeah.
Because you know they closed the tower.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
Was that bridge? So that was Atlanta Station. Yeah.
No, it was the fifth. Yeah.
Was it Fifth Arena?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You're absolutely right. That's exactly where that was.
Yeah.
Damn, I might need to move because I'm like
I'm telling you,
a quarter mile.
Hey, boy, it's getting rough.
Yeah.
Them nice areas ain't nice no more.
Yeah, but you know, then we got everybody Georgia relaxed and everybody can carry their hands up. You don't need no permit.
Yeah.
You know, this is the wild,
It's wide open.
Yeah, you gotta be careful how you talk to people.
Yeah, man.
People ain't knuckling up no more.
That's why I just stay ducked off, man. I don't gotta be all that.
That's how that's why I don't go nowhere. You know what? All the movies, they scream them on TV now. Yo, hey, you were born in Baltimore, moved to Atlanta at a young age. Well, you
born in Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Maryland. Moved to Atlanta. How old were you moved to it?
1. So I remember a lot.
Well, Baltimore, Maryland, they got horse farms.
Yeah.
I'm talking about huge.
We used to always go back all the time, man. I never rode no horses, but I'm big on, the whole DMV, because we would literally have family everywhere throughout the whole DC, Maryland.
Right.
Yeah.
So in Atlanta, what high school did you go to in Atlanta?
South Gwinnett.
South Gwinnett. So you're from Gwinnett.
Yeah. That's what the TV show is called, South Gwinnett.
Right.
Yeah. So it's based on me, almost being a super senior in high school. But the whole show is not based on high school. It's like one season will be based me, like super senior high school, and then it goes on about your life,
South Gwinnett, you kind of like 50-50, black, white in the high school.
Yeah. It was still good.
So is that how you learned to make black and white people laugh?
I'd probably say no. Yeah, I was very funny in high school, man. I was class clown, man. Yeah, I was up there, but yeah, it was definitely 50-50 throughout my whole time growing up in Georgia. Like I had white friends, I had black friends, Mexican friends, Indian friends, whatever. But yeah, I learned so much from so many different cultures and being around and seeing how this family have dinner, or how they do this, how they do that. So it's so much different funny scenarios that I have learned from just seeing it all.
Right.
So yeah, I think Gwinnett is a great place, man. It helped me with a lot of my comedy.
You're from I think the same neighborhood as the Migos. Did you know them?
No, I didn't know that, but they were a big inspiration to me when I was in college, because they were just around that time they were popping off.
Right.
I seen how big it was in Gwinnett and how big of a deal it was for everybody. And for me, I just was so motivated because I'm like, yo, this is somebody from
Right.
Like we knew some athletes that went
right, yeah.
things, but like somebody entertainment, and doing like music or whatever. I think that was such a big deal to me, and I was so inspired by that, bro. So I'm glad I'm able to be one of those people, because I don't know who it is that's from Gwinnett as well that's probably watching me like inspired the same way.
You said you know the Migos.
Yo.
Gotten very familiar with them after their success, your success. Your initial reaction when you found out
SSA, what's up?
One of the members of the Migos had lost his life in a senseless